The longest day I've ever pulled was the 49 and a half hour day. So I was managing 25 lots by myself. Dude, I started like hallucinating.
What kind of toll did that take on you psychologically?
Hormones were shot. Depression was, dude, at like such an all-time high, man. I just told myself I pretty much can't stop, man. I got to keep going. You never know how close you are, and then you just got to keep going.
Yeah, I got to ask, what are you doing it for?
Hey everyone, just a moment of your time. I'm trying to grow this podcast so that I can have the best guests on it so that you can have the best listening experience. I've noticed that a lot of you are watching and you're listening, but you're not subscribed and you're not following. If you can just take a moment to hit that subscribe button, hit follow, and maybe even share with your friends, I know that we can reach even more people with this. Enjoy the show.
How would you introduce yourself, imagining if you were the person introducing you?
I don't know, like kind of over the years, man, it'd probably be a super hardworking, loyal, like, you know, good dude that like just wants the best for people, right? And just wants to see people succeed.
I think that's a pretty spot on introduction there.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, good
man.
dude was in there. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
good dude, right?
You were speaking about the shop and long hours and stuff. How long you been part of Fuel?
So I jumped on board 2014 as an employee. So, dude, I've been in there for a while, man.
Yeah.
Like, 11 years. And then kind of what happened after that, man, a couple of years ago went by, and I approached my business partner, Justin, and I was like, hey, dude, like, what do you think about opening up another shop in, like, a different province? Because I was thinking at that time, moving to Calgary. I was like, the market's a little bit, isn't super saturated over there right now. Let's take a hit at it, right? And, he wasn't opposed to it, so that's what we were going to drive to do. So anyways, there was a few times went on, a few days went on or whatever, and then he was getting surgeries booked in, and then he was getting into the issue where, like, he wasn't going to be able to be hands-on at the shop here in town. So what he just approached me, he's like, well, do you want to buy shares at this place? I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, just because I love the fitness industry. So that's why, I mean, I guess for those who don't know, man, like I own a supplement shop here in Kamloops called Fuel Supplements. That's kind of what Justin approached me about after the fact, was like, dude, just buy some shares into this place. I'm like, gung-ho, let's do it. Yeah, man. So now we're, 11 years later, dude, been partners with him in the shop since. Great partnership in that aspect. And then obviously we got a few other opportunities after that too. Like I do a construction business per se, right? So yeah, man. So I mean, lots have happened since since I first bought those shares of Fuel, and then yeah, man. So that's kind of what went on with that.
Well, you're not an old guy, so how old were you when you bought in? Like 24?
Oh man,
20,
yeah.
23? I'm trying to guess what your age is here.
I'm 33.
Okay.
So yeah, it probably would have been 24. It definitely was a grind to try to buy in. Like at that time, dude, I was, it's actually kind of funny, man. I had a professor in university kind of laugh at me when I told him this story, right in the middle of class. Made me look like a fool, dude. Like it was bizarre. I was like, so I felt like kind of like an idiot because he like kind of, made the class think I was lying. And I'm just like, dude, like pretty much how I was able to buy into that place was, dude, I worked at Toco, which is a plywood plant here in Kamloops as well. So I did that on weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, 12-hour shifts, so 24 hours a week. I was full course load at TRU. I taught boot camps, did dry land training as well for swim fit here in town for like the swim team. Worked at the shop still at the time. So Fridays turned into pretty insane day because it pretty much was up at 5 a.m. on Friday. I didn't get to sleep until 1 p.m. Saturday. And it's just, I couldn't sleep before my shift was the problem. So my Fridays, dude, for 2 years, actually pretty much wake up at 5, go teach boot camp, come home, have breakfast, go to class, go to the shop. After the shop, I had to go and teach swim fit. And then after that, I was like, well, I was bodybuilding at the time too. So I had to get my training in. So I was training for bodybuilding. So then at that time, dude, by the time I got home, it's like 9, 10 o'clock at night. I have to leave my house at 11:30 to get to the mill at midnight. So I had no time for sleep. So then I freaking worked a 12-hour shift from midnight to noon. And then, yeah, hit the hay at 1 p.m. on Saturday. the craziest thing, man, was that you had to switch your sleep schedule around to wake up at 5 a.m. on Sunday, man, because they switched our shift to 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dude, it was insane. Like, you had 4 hours of sleep in the matter of what, Friday, Saturday. So, yeah, until like Sunday night.
And you've kept up that kind of schedule for the last like 10 years, haven't you, with expanding business and stuff?
Dude, yeah, man. It's the amount of times I've slept in my truck is bizarre, man. Like, I know I feel bad because I got my employees to do it a couple times too. I'm like, hey, boys, yeah, we're grinding, man. There's no point going home. Let's just pass out in the truck, you know? So, but yeah, man, I was slept in the truck multiple times, man. Pulled many 30-ish hour days. Like, dude, just straight grinding, man. I think the longest day I've ever pulled was a 49.5-hour day.
Is that working the multiple jobs, or is
No,
that like
that
just
was that was 2 years ago. Yeah, man. So that was like, I think it was, so not this winter, the past winter, man. It was for snow removal, dude. We just got hit with a gnarly storm, and I had a guy quit on me. So I was managing 25 lots by myself. So I pretty much finished my lots, and it kept snowing. So I'm like, I couldn't even go home because I had to plow 25 lots, dude, then start over again. I think I took a 40-minute cat nap inside of the truck in one of the parking lots, man, because I was like, I need it, dude. I started like hallucinating.
Wow.
Man, it was crazy, dude. All of a sudden, I'm like driving up this road. It's like, there's a bench there. And it's like, wait a minute, there's no benches there, man. It's like a meridian and a ditch. And I'm like, another bench. And I'm like, my mind's playing games on me, man. Probably trying to tell me not to go into the ditch, right? So I pulled up and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to park the truck.
What kind of toll did that take on you psychologically?
Oh man, actually, yeah. Like, speaking of like that, you know, the psychological aspect of like the sleep patterns and stuff like that I've been doing for 10 plus years. Well, the mill really developed anxiety for me, which was insane, dude. Like, man, the anxiety attacks after like the 2 years of that shift, that midnight to noon, 6 to 6, dude, I developed like pretty severe anxiety. I didn't know how to deal with it, man. I just felt like curling up into a ball and going to the corner, right? So, I mean, it was pretty insane. So, but as far as like, you know, that 49.5-hour shift, man, dude, I just told myself I pretty much can't stop, man. I got to keep going, right? Because these people need their, you know, lots cleared, man. They need a safe lot to come into, right? So that's where my focus was the whole time, because I'm like, I can't have someone slip and fall. You know, I can't have someone go into an accident or something like that because that lot isn't cleared. So, yeah, man. So, I mean, as far as psychological, I can't really recall back, you know, that far, like 2 years ago, of like how I felt after that. I just know it was really weird, man, to be able to see 3 sunrises.
Yeah, not many people in their lives will ever be able to say that.
Dude. It was wild, man. Like, pretty crazy to be able to like do something like that. All I can say, man, is like, you really know, that really just tells you what you're capable of doing, man. Whereas like your limitations are like sky high, man, if you put your mind to it, right?
Yeah, you don't really know your limits until you really push it.
That's just it, man. And like, that's, well, no different than you, right? With your run that you had here. I mean, I'm assuming you've probably talked about that in previous podcasts already, right? Like, that run, dude, how many hours was that you
12
did?
hours, yeah.
Yeah, dude, like 12 hours. Like, God damn,
Around
man.
a 200-meter track over and over again.
Like, that was insane, man. I know, like, when I think I was working that day, so I came and joined you afterwards. And I'm like, dude, threw the weighted vest on, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, I'll try and run the rest of it with them. Yeah, dude, I think I made it like 6 or 7 laps, and I'm like, I'm tapped out, dude. My calf already started cramping right away, and like, so man, a pretty impressive feat for yourself.
Thank
too,
you,
dude. Yeah.
What was it? It was 86 kilometers times, how many laps is that? Times 5. So I don't know, 500.
Something crazy.
400 and something laps.
Yeah, it'd be just under 450, I think.
Yeah, pretty.
Man, it's insane. So how many people did you think you had come out to that? Did you count?
I didn't. Well, I wasn't able to count. Obviously, I was running, and after I started hallucinating around like hour and like 9.5 or so.
Crazy.
Getting delirious, didn't know really where I was, or
just knew you just had to keep
going
in the circle, man.
I think there was probably people that actually came out specifically for that. There was probably close to 50.
Yeah.
But the people that just came down and participated, I bet you over 200.
Yeah, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a pretty cool event, man. And like, I'm assuming are you gonna try and do it again next year? You think?
Yeah, I want to do it maybe later, like or earlier in the year. So maybe we'll do it like early spring.
Yeah.
And then try and do it outside.
Man, dude, the outdoor track up at TCC would be pretty cool. Depending on where you're wanting to do it, right? Like,
or maybe you do it at Mac Island.
That'd be a good guess spot that would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, Mac Island would be pretty solid spot.
Better scenery.
Yeah, true enough. So you're not like just stuck in this circle, because you would do that outer loop that they have there, eh?
Yeah. I think it's like, if you take the outside, it's like 3 and a bit, I think.
Oh, okay.
And the inside is, or was it? I don't know. I don't know if there are lots. I think the inside's just under 2.5, and the outside's just over 2.5. So if you do 1 in, 1 out, it's about 5, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. That man, I think that would be a kind of a cool spot to do it. Yeah, man. I think Mac Park.
Get some food trucks and get some better sponsors.
Well, that's just
more sponsors, I should say.
Yeah. No, of course, right? Like, I mean, now that it seems like we have food trucks everywhere now, dude, which would be kind of cool. Yeah. So
I put that together in 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. I remember. You were coming to me there, and we were like, "Hey, we're doing this." Like, and it was like, "Oh crap, okay, we don't have much time to get this set up and get going, right?" So I was like, "Yeah, that was super cool, dude."
I had more time to plan it, and it was just sort of like, hey, I should do this. My coach, I wanted to run for 24 hours. My coach said, no, do 12. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And that was it. And we just ran with it. And
it
was a full-time job setting it up, man. I was doing like 30, 35 hours a week for those 3 weeks leading up to it.
Yeah, man, because you got even clothes done too. And like, you had a bunch of stuff there, man, which was super cool.
I got disposable or biodegradable cups with like the logo on it and a QR code on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Because how much did you raise for that again?
We did over $12,000 in 1 day.
Oh man, that's insane.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome, dude. That's super cool. And then what was that going to again?
Canadian Cancer Society.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I figured as much. Yeah,
right to them.
Yeah,
so
that's
did
so
my part.
Cool.
Yeah,
man.
Still trying to raise more money. We'll get some more events on eventually, but that I was burnt out after that, like mentally.
Oh, dude, 100%, man. Like having to be able to do it all, like all the organizing. I mean, well, I had help from from many others, right, too. But, yeah, man. Like if for next year, man, you'll have a longer time to plan it. Now they know it's going to be like an annual thing. It's just going to get bigger and bigger, dude. Just like anything else, right? Like always. There's a meme. I mean, this kind of goes for like anything like business oriented, goal oriented, anything, man. I don't know if you've ever seen that meme of those 2 guys under the ground. It's like a cartoon meme, and they're digging for diamonds. Have you ever seen that?
And it's like right above them, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So like they're digging. One's like, dude, a sliver away from these diamonds. The other one is like still digging, but he's a little bit farther behind. And the other one's like just about there, but he turns around and gives up and walks away. But I'm like, dude, if you keep digging, man, you're gonna hit the jackpot, right? And you're gonna hit that goal and like even more. You know what I mean? So I always think about that meme big for like anyone that's starting anything, right? Because it's just like you never know how close you are, and then you just got to keep going.
Yeah, to finally finding that success.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's just so many business stories you hear. They were days, if not hours, away from bankruptcy.
Dude, 100%.
Then it happened.
Yeah, dude. So like, yeah, man, like that's like, my business partner and I, Justin, there, like, we've been grinding because I mean, obviously we have fuel, but I have another company, the construction company, Syndicate Lines, and contracting. Dude, like this is our 9th season, man. And I was like, the amount of times I've wanted to throw in that towel, dude, I've just like sat down and was just like, what am I doing this for? You know what I mean? And it just, dude, like I say, that meme always stuck in my head. And I'm just like, you never know how close you are.
Yeah. I got to ask, what are you doing it for?
Pretty much. So this kind of goes way back, man. One, dude, I can't sit still. So I always just love to do stuff, right? Like, so, but one thing biggest, man, is, growing up, like, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, man. We grew up in a super small house. There was 4 of us, 900 square foot home. We were on a little bit of property out in Barrier. But, my dad being a logger and stuff like that, money just wasn't always there, right? Parents living payday to payday, and stuff like that. My parents, still it's been, well, like, for example, not to, bring their personal life into it too much, but like, like they still have a mortgage on their place, right? Because of living payday to payday and, remortgaging and all that stuff to try to make mine and my brother's childhood, as best as it possibly could, right? They did their job, right? But, you know, my biggest thing is to be able to provide, you know, for my family a very, you know, good life that we're not going to be financially stressed. And secondly, man, the biggest thing is too, it's like, you know, I want to be able to give my parents something back because of how hard they work to try to give us the life the best possible, man. Because like, dude, a cool goal, man, like that I think would be so sweet is to be able to be like, here's the money. Don't worry about any more bills. I got it. You guys are freaking good to go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you hear that but from a lot of people, just giving their parents a little bit more of like, I guess, per se, freedom, right? Just giving them like ease for the rest of their lives that they have left, right? So that's kind of the biggest thing is being able to develop something that I'm financially stable and financially free to the point to be able to help my family. And, you know, I always, you know, I tell a few people this as well, man. I want to develop something where I can give people a livable wage in today's world, right? Because like that's the one thing, man, like being able to, like, you know, it's cool and one thing to get, you know, to get the money from a business and stuff like that, but the second thing is being able to see someone else be able to provide for their family through something you've built. That's the biggest thing for me, for sure.
I feel like we need to redo your introduction and talk about how you want to give back to your family. He is a good dude. He is a good dude.
Well, I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, so like that's definitely why I'm like, you know, driving for it. But I always, you know, and it comes with another thing, man. I can't settle. I always got to see the next best thing, right? So, you know, when I reach a goal, it's like, well, okay, I hit that. Okay, well, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
You know, what's the next thing? But I think that comes with like a lot of people, like, you know, who are driven in some factors. And I think even like yourself, hey, what's the next best thing or what's the next thing I need to strive for, right? So, and that's kind of what I love to see. I can't be at something where I'm just doing the same thing every day, man. I want to see progress. I want to see anything I can see to get better, right?
Are you doing anything right now to make yourself better?
Myself, man, I'm trying my best to be able to. So as far as personal, like we were talking, man, the hours I used to work, man, were crazy, dude. Like I was the amount of 20-hour, you know, days I've worked back to back to back with like little sleep in between. So what I'm trying to do, man, now I've finally got, you know, Syndicate and we finally got fueled to a point where like, you know, we can not necessarily take a step back, but to the point to where now we can delegate tasks. So now like my biggest thing is like worrying about my health. Because for the last few years, man, my health took a dive, like significantly, man. Like, yeah, we can get into that too if you want, but it, yeah, dude, the health took a dive, you know, gained weight, hormones were shot, depression was, dude, at like such an all-time high, man. Like, you know, definitely held that back for years. No one really knew, but like, dude, I was in such a dark place. So like now after that happening, dude, I don't want that to happen again. So I'm taking, you know, my health to a different level, man, making sure, you know, I'm getting to the gym every day, doing those things. You know, I want to eventually get into like a mentorship program of some sort for, you know, entrepreneurship of some sort, right? So like that's the biggest thing. Like I was conversing a little back with Dan Martell because he reached out and trying to like kind of get me into his mentorship program, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of something I want to do. I've always thought about doing, but again, it comes with a price, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
highly sought
dude,
after.
right? Like man, I think, yeah, man, it was quite a pricey, you know, bill that he wanted me to pay. And I was like, yeah, man, eventually I do. He's just like, yeah, reach out when you're ready. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm ready, but not financially at this point right now, right? Because I live a very lean lifestyle to try to grow the businesses.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's so lean, man. Like I pull enough just to like pay my bills and my food. Like, so I've been doing that for what, 9 years now.
What's next for the businesses so that you can earn more so that you can pay for that bill?
Yeah, man. So I mean, you know, my business partner and I, we got something in the works right now. Can't really, you know, bring that up right now, right? But
maybe off the podcast.
Right, exactly, right, 100%. So we got something in the works on that right now, which is pretty cool. But man, the biggest thing is trying to scale the companies as much as possible, and getting crews out. So that's the biggest thing for sure on that, is to be able to pay for that bill, man. Because I mean, I'm finally at that point, right, where I can, you know, delegate the tasks, scale things. So that's kind of where things are going, man. Adding more services to Syndicate. Eventually we're going to put an online store here pretty soon in the next couple months, probably with fuel.
Sick.
Yeah. So that'll be, I think, a big game changer, as well. We're just waiting for our POS system to transfer over. I don't know why, but I don't know why they don't have a system that integrates with a web page right now, which is weird because it's, pardon me, they've they've been in business forever, this like POS system, right?
And online's everything now.
Dude, yeah, and it's like, why haven't they gotten something integrated already? You know what I mean? So it's like, that's coming into play here in the next couple months. So once we transfer everything over there, then we'll be able to go into that online. Everything's ready online. It's just we're waiting for that POS system to change over.
That one last piece of the puzzle.
Dude, one last piece of the puzzle, man.
Yeah. And nothing happens as fast as you want it to.
Dude, nothing, man. That's the biggest thing. Listen to a few people like Gary Vaynerchuk and stuff like that, right? They're just like, patience, dude. Patience is number one, man. And I always say that to myself as well. I'm like, hey, just be patient.
I'm not a patient person. I understand.
You need a boom just now, right? So that's one thing. It's just like, I would love that outcome to happen right away, but I know for a fact that it's going to take a bit of time. You know what I mean? So that's why, again, with Syndicate and stuff like that, it's been 9 seasons, dude, that we've been, 9 years per se, that we've been really, putting our head down and grinding and trying to build this thing, right? And again, man, we could have built it quicker if we took loans out and, borrowed money and stuff like that. But our plan was to not borrow anything and just not to have that overhead. So that's why I think another reason why, it's taking us a little bit longer.
Machinery's not cheap.
Dude, no. Man, actually, I think we got a really good deal on one piece of gear, man, which was actually cheaper than my 1 ton. So that was pretty, we were pretty stoked on that, right? But yeah, dude, once you get into excavators and stuff like that, dude, that ain't cheap. And you can't really take them over 5 years. It's 5 years or less. So that monthly bill, dude, is you're $2+ G a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that, I'm you better make sure that freaking hoe or skid steer or something's working.
Yeah.
Right?
If it's not moving earth or snow, you're not making money on it. Right?
That's just it, man. That's just it. So our first, for our first snow year, man, I remember, man, we bought this beat up truck, dude, just shit box, dude. Man, came with a blade, dude. The blade was just floppy and stuff too. We had to do a bit of tack welding and stuff like that to make sure, it was somewhat sound, right? But I remember that's when we got started with our snow season, man, and we were able to pay it off in the full year. That winter, we were able to pay it off, which was pretty cool. Even though we bought it out, but I mean, the ROI was within just a year, right? So
it's a quick turnaround.
Oh, dude, it was awesome, man. So, I mean, and to this day, dude, that thing's still kicking.
You still got that one?
Dude, that thing's still pushing snow, buddy. A little bit beat up, dude, but the engine still runs, man, and the engine runs great. So that's, we're going to try to keep pushing that one a little bit longer. Probably one more season with that guy, I think. So, yeah.
How long before you think you'll be kind of off the tools, as they say, and then just managing the people in the business? Man,
I would like to get, obviously we want it sooner than later, right? But I would like to kind of get there within the next year or two. Because, my favorite part is being able to, meet the client, sell the work, stuff like that. That's my forte, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the physical labor aspect because that's how I grew up. But that's, I'm thinking within the next year or two, man, is kind of where we're going to get to. I got some really good hands on Syndicate right now and fuel where like I was saying earlier, we can actually pull back a bit and start working on the company and not in it.
Yeah. It's so cliche to say it, but you can't, it's so hard to work on the company when you're working in the company. There's only so many hours in a day.
That's just it, dude. That's the one thing, man, and I feel bad, dude, with some people that are emailing me, man. So sometimes I don't get to an email till 11, 12 o'clock at night, because I've been working physical all day. But the thing is if I were to take that time to stop doing the work during the day, helping my guys, well, we're in a position now where we're going to end up having to take 2 days to get this job done instead of one. Because, dude, it takes me like sometimes 3-4 hours to start, answering emails, doing the quotes, everything like that, selling the work, reaching out to people, right? Because right now, like my business partner, he focuses on the money aspect of things, right? But, I'm quoting, I'm doing the selling, I'm like managing the staff, I'm organizing the schedule, dude, like the list goes on, dude. Thank God I got, my dad too. My dad helps out with a little bit of the mechanical aspect of things. So, sometimes I'll get him to help me out, but, yeah, so that's a big thing. So I'm doing a majority of the stuff, man. So it's getting to the point where like the physical aspect and the physical labor that I have to do on top of all that stuff really takes away from
the growth.
From the growth, dude, right? So, because like the one thing, man, sometimes I don't even get to invoicing right away. It's like sometimes a couple days to start invoicing, man. And it's just like, that's the big thing, man. You need to make sure you're invoicing. You don't got money coming in, dude. You ain't paying for shit, right? So
it's like net 30, net 60.
Yeah. So depending, government's anywhere from 60 to 90 days, dude. So if you're dealing with government, it's like most of our stuff's 30. Got a couple customers that are 45 days, which kind of like I wish they would go 30, but because they're dealing with government contracts, so I get subbed out from those guys. So, because like I'm still trying to figure out that side of things, the government side, and trying to get the government jobs. But I think that's like you have to have, I think, a certain you have to be able to put up these what's called bonds, right? So say if there's like, I was bidding on a job recently and they wanted 10% bond. So whatever you quoted, say if you quoted, 100 grand. Well, you had to put up, dude, 10 grand.
What?
Yeah. So you had to give them 10G to do the work. You got that 10G at the end of the, at the end of the job. But man, if you don't have a bankroll of like, say you're doing a bid for like, you say 2 mil, dude, and you don't have that freaking 10%, you can't get that work. You're right.
And do they do that to make sure you finish the job?
Pretty much, man. It could keep you accountable, right? So that's the biggest thing with those bonds. So sometimes, man, those they can be make or break you, right? So like I know a company that they put up their, like, I think there was 3 of them. They all put up their houses for collateral. They sold so much shit to be able to pay for this bond, but it paid off. Yeah. Man, it put them to the next level, dude. So, because I think they're, man, like...
No risk, no story, man.
Dude, well, that's just it, man. You got to risk it, man. Like, if you're not risking, you ain't getting a reward.
Yeah, and those guys didn't have a plan B, because plan B means they fucking lost everything, so they had to make it work.
100%, man. Like, if you have a plan B, it's like, well, all your focus is not going to be on plan A. So like that's the one thing too. Like I even actually say that to people, right? I mean, we hear it lots from other people too, right? Other entrepreneurs that are very, very successful and stuff like that, right? You got to just focus on that one thing and drive.
Got to go all in.
Dude, 100%, man. So like that's, I
was listening to a podcast, I think it was today, maybe it was yesterday, and basically the guy said, he's talking to other entrepreneurs and they want to start a business. And he says, well, what's your worst case scenario? Like if this doesn't work out, what are you going to do? They're like, well, I'm going to go back to, managing Save On. He's like, you're already doing that. You're already living your worst case scenario. Totally. So what do you have to lose? If you end up back at the same spot, if you fail, you're in the same spot. Yeah. So take that fucking risk.
Dude, yeah, my dad and it gets on my nerves sometimes, dude. It's so funny. He's like, well, you want to go back to the mill? And I'm like, fuck no, man. Like, no, I ain't going back to that place, dude. Like, so that's another reason why I just put my head down and grinded, and like like you're saying, risk and reward and sacrifice, stuff like that, man. I've sacrificed many years, dude, of lots of fun that I could have had in my early, in my 20s, because I'm 33 now, to try to get into a position that I'm going to be able to have fun in my late 30s, 40s type thing, right?
Those are the years you're supposed to take risk, though.
Totally, 100%, man. And that's one thing I wish, people would do more of, right? Like, people want to, it is cool to travel and shit like that. I mean, you guys just went to Bali. I would love to do that too. Like, I would love to go around and like see the world a bit. But people want to go and do it for like months on end, man. But next thing you know, dude, they get the 30s and it's like, shit, dude, you are stuck at working at Toco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or that like plywood plant or something like that, man. And it's just like, you could have done, sacrificed a couple years, man, for something that, would have reaped reward for you in your 30s and 40s and stuff like that and set you up for something else, right?
I think it comes down to what people want to get out of life as well, and
Yeah, true enough.
what their morals might be and how the direction they want to go.
True enough, man. Some people, man, and I know a lot of people, dude, they love just kicking it in a van, dude, and just road tripping, dude, and I guess like you say, man, if they're happy doing what they're doing, then that's all that matters, really, at the end of the day, dude. If you're happy, then cool.
Yeah. But then there's guys like you and I can't fucking sit still.
No, dude. No.
I have a day off, and only just recently I've been able to kind of stay at home a little more, but for, I don't know, the last 10 years, it was a day off, and it was go, 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 gym, run, groceries, meal prep, like out doing stuff, hitting the dump, like in the yard, and it's never sitting down because I just can't sit down and sit still.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm sometimes a little bit envious of those people that kind of have that switch and they can just dial it down. I'm always at 10.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to think for myself, being like, when I sit down, dude, the only time I can sit down is like at night. End of the day, an hour before I go to bed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I mean, at the end of the and I think the reason why I can do that is because I'm so spent from the day, right? That I'm just like, okay, crashing. And the next thing you know, I got 6 hours sleep or whatever I'm getting early that night. Right?
I'm the exact same way.
Yeah.
I'll get home, hopefully have a meal prepped, or I'll cook something, and I sit on the couch because usually it's like 8 or 9 and the family's asleep, and I eat and I watch something mindless on TV. And I don't have anything against watching TV. I don't watch very much of it. But I don't even remember what I'm watching, but it's just like I'm in my spot, and all of a sudden my brain's like, oh, hey, like,
dude,
you've been on your feet for like 15 hours.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, oh,
yeah, dude.
Like, fuck, I'm tired.
Dude, totally, man. I hear you there. Like, I really don't know how tired I am until I sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's the worst thing, man. Sometimes I'm like, oh, God, I shouldn't have sat down.
Yeah, it should have just kept going.
Kept going, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
With your business, and you're saying no time to respond to emails. You ever thought about any of those like online virtual assistants?
Actually, yeah. So I do work for a guy in town here. He used to own it was A+ gutters or something like that.
Yeah, Brandon, right?
Yeah. Brandon Lazar, man.
Yeah.
He's been like, hey, you should look in this, because like, so he reached out to me, and I couldn't get back to him until like later that night, and he's like, so I got this thing for you. And I'm like, of course you're going to shoot that to me, right?
Great pitch.
Oh, dude, 100%. So I think that's actually like, we might look into that. I haven't brought it up to my business partner yet. I always like to, if I'm going to do something, I'm always bringing it past him, right? You got to, right? So it's been on my mind to do something like that, but I also kind of want to get... I get like, AI is kind of the next thing, and the next thing that's going to be taking over, I think. But man, there's something about the personal connection and like the personal responses that I just like I like so much, right?
Well, I think Brandon's stuff is it's not they're virtual, like they're in another country or something like that. It's not.
It's not an AI assistant.
It's not AI. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a different.
Person.
Okay, it's a real person just somewhere located. Okay.
And it could be like, oh, hey, I'm Jake's assistant.
Yeah.
Jake's on a job right now. We just wanted to reach out, say we've received your email, and Jake's going to get to it by this time, and then they prioritize it, and then you get off. And you have to answer these 5 today.
Okay, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, man. I thought it was like an AI assistant, right? Because I like the people connection, right? Like I say, I get AI's kind of taken over, but okay, that's kind of cool to know that it's something like that. Cause what was it, man? I came across something. It was insane. It must have been some sort of salesman. He had a guy on his like talk show or podcast or whatever the hell they were doing, but this guy has developed an AI system that helps with sales. So like AI is like it's sales, dude.
Yeah.
So like it would read and like calibrate what you're saying and like respond instantly. It wouldn't even have like a delay. So, and the responses, man, like are better than most people's responses that get you to buy something. It was insane to listen to.
Yeah, that's it's even the last like 6 months with like ChatGPT. I subscribe to it because I use it all the time for like helping with emails. I'll give it, hey, this is what I'm trying to say, blah, blah, blah. and maybe it's late at night and I'm tired. I'm like, make this flow. And
Yeah.
then it writes it out. And then I say back to it, I don't write that well. Can you dumb this down a little bit? So it dumbs it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a
Yeah.
little better.
Oh man, yeah, like ChatGPT, dude. Like that's something I'm like starting to get used to using now,
Mm-hmm.
man. Because ChatGPT, dude, like that's man, who uses Google anymore?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, well, if you don't have to search for it and research it, you know what I mean? So like ChatGPT is going to be like,
Well, even the newest iPhone update, I'll be in my truck and I'll be like, hey Siri, this and this. And it's like, do you want me to use ChatGPT for that? And I was like, yeah. And
No way.
Yeah. And ChatGPT will give you the answer.
oh, I think Google's starting to do something like that now too. Actually, if you type something into Google, it'll give you on the top, like the very top of the search, it'll actually give you an AI response
Yeah.
too. Because I think they got to kind of combat with ChatGPT. But yeah, man, that ChatGPT
into
is
everything
taking
now.
off, dude.
Yeah. Even if you had in your email just kind of like the response that I said. So I have I don't know if you want to call it a luxury or a bit of a curse, but I sit at a desk all day.
Yeah.
So if I get an email and I have 10 other things that might have more priority than that, I'll just respond back, hey, I just wanted you to know I've received your email. I'm going to get back to you by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then that person feels acknowledged, especially because so much of today's days, that no business deals are on the phone. It's all texting and shit.
Dude,
like that, right?
100%, man. It's always
Yeah.
texting.
So even if
emails,
it's,
so.
I don't know, a TELUS bill and it's like, hey, you need to pay this. And it's actually from someone. I'm like, okay, I've received it. I don't have a moment right now to look at it, but I want to still know that it's been acknowledged and they're important. And then I've been doing that a couple of months now, and it seems to kind of quell people's anxieties about stuff because we're so used to instantaneous everything.
Dude, man, that's one thing too, is like the instant gratification of things and the instant access to things. And man, like, I don't know, like, my thing is it a blessing or is it a curse too, right? Like, like you have to be on it now, right? If you're not on it, dude,
You're left behind.
adios,
Yeah.
you're left behind, dude. So like that's the whole instant gratification and instant access to things now. Like that's the one thing I get worried about with, if I have an email come in and I can't get to it. Like say if I got a request for a quote, and I don't get to it for 2 or 3 days because I'm just absolutely swamped. Well, that's the one thing is that instant gratification, man, and that instant access. Like, are they
waiting
around or are they jumping to the next person? So that's like another buffer. Like we definitely got to kind of work out.
Got to work in the business, not on the business.
Man, exactly.
Or on the business, not in the business.
Yeah, on the business and not in it. So yeah, man, that's coming, dude. I mean, I think I think within the next year or two, I think we're gonna see the fact that we'll have crews out and I'll be able to work on it instead, right?
Or even if you're just on site and you need to watch
totally.
a couple things, but then you're on your work laptop in your
Yeah,
truck.
yeah, that's actually the one thing too, man. I want to kind of get to because, like, weirdly enough, man, my truck is like my place.
Yeah.
I can work better in my truck than I can even in my own home. Which is like
It's your office, it's your bedroom.
dude, it's everything, man. My freaking sleep in the thing. It's comfy too. So just wish I had the freaking massage seats in that thing, man. That would be freaking luxurious.
Yeah, the Lexuses have those, I think it is.
Yeah, and I think
the Audis too.
Yeah, the Audis. Well, the Fords do. The Ford, I don't know if the Lariat has an option. I think you can put them in the Lariat, but the Platinums have it. Like the Ford F350 Platinums and like the F150 Platinums and stuff have the massage seats and stuff.
Is it only in the 350s though?
I think the F150s have it as well too.
It wasn't an option when I got my truck.
Do you have a Platinum then, or
I have the Tremor.
the Tremor?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Tremor I think is like kind of like a Lariat option. I think is like that kind of, well, it's a different trim, but it's like a trim, but it's still the same kind of level, I think. But I mean, you got like the lift kit and the off-road package and stuff like that with the Tremor.
I just hate the way the Platinum looks I don't like chrome. That's just my thing.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
and it's like right across the back, like
True.
Platinum.
Dude,
I don't like the branding.
Oh man, the other night I'm driving home, dude. It was laid out pretty sick, dude. It was a white Ford, man, but it was a Platinum, but they changed all where like the chrome is to like white on white type thing, and then like some black accent. So I think the Platinum was in black, but everything else was in white, dude. It was crisp, dude.
Actually, Signature Signs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was in the shop a couple weeks ago and they had, I don't know, some sick ride on it in the shop, and they were de-chroming it. They were putting black wrap on all the chrome.
Okay.
What color was the car? Was it purple? I don't remember. but it looks sick, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like chrome.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you, man. Chrome was like
It's an old man truck.
I was just gonna say, dude,
Yeah.
Chrome was like when my dad was younger, man. Like, so I remember in 07, 08, dude, my dad and my mom chromed the shit out of their cars. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? But they were so pumped on it. But like back then, man, I remember always seeing people chromed out their things, man. Chrome rims, you know, like all that stuff, dude. So I was just like, what are you guys chroming your stuff for, man? I was like, the solid color is where I'm at, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I
is.
like, dude. So
You have a Ford then too?
yeah, I got an F350 as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I've always, dude, and that's like one of the kind of things is like, you know, manifesting shit, you know what I mean? And like always, you know, picturing that, you know, like, and always like, I guess the law of attraction per se, man. Always thinking of that, man. I've always wanted an F350 Lariat, always, right? And, you know, I started with a Dodge 1500. Then I went to a Chevy 3500 because it was a pretty good deal. Traded that thing in within a year and got into my F350 finally. And I was like, dude, this thing is awesome. Like, I don't think I'll ever change back. It's a workhorse, dude.
Yeah, that's similar to me. I always wanted the big jacked up Ford.
Yeah.
My whole life I wanted it, and I had a Dodge Ram 1500.
Yeah.
It's what I could get at the time, and then I probably drove that for too long. But I was looking at trucks for close to 3 years to get what I have now.
Yeah.
We started looking during COVID, and there was nothing.
Okay. Yeah, man, there was nothing there. That's actually when I got my 350, dude. So when I ordered it, man, I factory ordered my 350, and I was like, well, I don't need the moonroof. I'm like, I'm never gonna use that thing, and plus I've heard of it just having complete mechanical issues all the times in those 350s. So I was like, let's X that out. I don't need it, but let's order one up, dude. It was at my doorstep within 3 months.
Really,
Dude, everybody,
COVID?
yeah, man.
Wow.
Like everyone at the dealership was just like, how the hell did you get this thing here this fast? And I'm like, the guy's just like, I don't know, like none of us knew, man. I'm just like, sweet, dude. Ordered a truck factory and freaking way we went, man.
Probably one of the last ones off the line before they ran out of all the trucks.
Yeah, probably, man. So yeah, because I remember that was chaos, dude. Like, I think actually that Ford had a major issue with one of their line of pickup trucks, dude, where they couldn't get, it was like a computer chip of something, and that was the only thing, man. They had it was a oh my god, what NASCAR raceway was that? What freaking place? But they had that whole area, dude. It was just trucks filled because they couldn't.
It wasn't just for the trucks though. It's a chip that's in like all vehicles.
Oh,
now.
was it?
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
there's a shortage at all the lots.
That makes sense then. But yeah, dude, when I heard that through COVID, I was like, holy crap, man, I got lucky. I'm pretty pumped that I was able to get that thing in 3 months.
So you probably got a pretty sick interest rate on it then.
Dude, like, yeah, it wasn't bad at all. What are like was it 2.9 or 3.9%?
Cheap, man.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Like Chevy does in-house, dude. So that was even cheaper.
Yeah.
Because they're 1.9, I believe. I mean, back then anyways.
then.
Yeah, I don't know what they are now, but
Much higher.
yeah, I bet.
I was in Ford the other day, and they happened to have a sheet out, and there was just like interest rates and stuff, and one of them was like as high as 35%. And I was like, you can legally do that? And they're like, yeah, man. Like there's the B lenders, right?
Yeah, man. So I guess, dude, like, that's what's insane to me, dude, is that, like, so vehicles, boats, trailers, especially trailers and boats, man, you can take those things over like 15 plus years or some shit, I think, like that, man. And like, next thing you know, you're like, okay, sweet. Yeah, man, that's a solid freaking monthly payment. I can afford that. But next thing you know, man, you got this payment for 15 years.
Yeah. That $50,000 boat costs you $150.
Dude, right? And it's like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, man, I got people that work in like that kind of department, and they can't believe the stuff that they see sometimes, man. Yeah. It's insane.
People being shitty with their money, and they just want that flash. They want that chrome.
Yeah, man, they want that chrome, dude. They want that flash for sure. And like, that's the one thing I'm trying to like. Oh man, I'm just like, I guess people want that flashy shit right away, man. They don't have the patience, right? Dude. Yeah, I don't know how people do it. Because I would be stressed to the nines, man, if I was leveraged like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, people like the image, right? People want to portray that image of like, oh, I'm rich, man. I'm rich, bitch, you know? Like, but it's like, next thing you know, they're leveraged to the nines.
Yeah. I like the term stealthily wealthy.
Dude, I like that actually. Yeah, man.
Don't need to flash it.
No, dude.
Yeah,
No.
don't need to overcompensate.
No, exactly, dude. I actually, I've never heard that before. I like that. I like that saying.
I coined it.
Dude, totally right.
Like I mean, like if you're making money and you're living a comfortable life, you don't need to flash it all around. Like, what do you like? Maybe you're in a profession. You're like some hotshot lawyer or something, or I don't know, a boat salesman. So you're out on the water with the boat and it's helping you. But I mean, besides that, do you really need to have all those extra things just to try and make it look like you're doing better?
Totally, man.
So you can impress your neighbor?
100%. Like I'm with you on that, man. Like that's one thing. It's like, you know, if I have that extra little bit of income, am I gonna go buy, that car I want? Am I gonna go buy that bike that I want? Yeah, of course I am, man. But I'm not gonna try to do it to like, flash myself and like, hey, look at me, right? But it's like more or less it would be more of a thing of like what I'm passionate about, dude. Because like one thing I do love cars, man. Like that's my big thing too. And like my biggest thing, man, and like my goal for like having toys, dude, it's like I want like, well, obviously my truck, I want that. I want to get a 69 Charger with like some sort of import and an exotic, man. Like I'd be so stoked on that. Just because I look up to a few guys, a guy named Andy Frisella. He owns like a supplement company down in the States.
He's hard 75.
Yeah. So and then he has First Form Nutrition and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But man, his garage is stacked, dude. Like he's got I think 2 GT40s. He's got multiple Ferraris. Dude, the list goes. Dude, he has a tank. Dude, he has a fucking tank.
I was about to say his car collection isn't flexing on anyone, but if you got a tank, that's maybe a little bit of a flex.
Right, exactly, dude. But like, we're talking about not flashing, and not being, bragging and stuff like that. And that's the one thing, man. It's like he portrays his cars a little bit, but he doesn't like show them off to the next level. Like, look at me, right? You know what I mean? Like,
he's a collector.
Dude, 100%, dude. Yeah, he's definitely a collector for sure. And that's kind of like how I feel like, like that's what I would like eventually want to do, right? Is collect some of these cars, right? Because dude, there's just I don't know what it is about cars and that raw power. Yeah, dude, exactly, right? So that's kind of one thing, man, like I would love to end up doing for sure is getting a few.
On my drive home, the guy lives a couple of blocks down the road from me, and he's got this cherry red Chevy Nova, and it's always parked like right out front, and it's pristine. And I drive past it twice a day, sometimes more than that. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, and I don't want the Nova. I think it's a great car, but it's just out there, and sometimes you can hear him coming down the road, and I was like, oh,
man, there's something about American muscle, dude. Like, dude, just raw power, dude. Like my cousin ended up marrying a guy. He had an old school Super B, dude, with like baby boomer freaking tires on the back, dude. The blower on the front, dude. Orange with the strip. Oh, dude, it was sick and loud, dude. Like, holy shit, man. We could hear him down the highway for a long time.
And it's loud because it's got power, not like the ones the mufflers the kids are putting on these.
Exactly, dude. Those little rice rockets, dude. I'm like, meow. Like, dude, just insane, dude. Or like, man, I don't know, like, this might freaking trigger some people, but like the electric cars, dude. I'm like, I don't know if you've seen these electric Chargers and Challengers that are coming out. The Challenger. And they were like putting it. There's like a speaker on the outside of the car.
The sounds to it.
I'm just like, dude, like just buy the real thing, man. So I don't know. I was just like, dude, there's something about just motors, man.
Yeah, that
maybe it's just because we're dudes. I mean, there's chicks into it too, man. So I don't know.
I appreciate the old ones. They're like a work of art.
Dude, 100%. Yeah. No power steering though. That kind of. Definitely get a freaking bicep pump from that, probably.
I mean, you can augment them after, like the John Wick movies in the car that he's driving. You could, for a while there was a company, Classic something, and you could buy that car, and they built it from the ground up.
Oh wow!
It was like $250,000, and it's got even the paint color. It's like John Wick gray. Like it's just for that, and they were the only company that was licensed by Ford to be allowed to make that replica car.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's super cool, man.
Spend too much time on their website building it because you can like go and like add in what you want. The John Wick package, add stuff, take stuff away.
Dude, that's crazy. I had no idea.
Beautiful car.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude. Yeah, like, yeah, one day, man. It's coming. It's coming, dude. Yeah, for sure.
Earlier, you were talking about, you know, the stress of if you had this boat and the 15-year payments on it and stuff. And oftentimes stress leads to anxiety. And you said you had quite a bit of anxiety before. Do you still struggle with that?
Dude, not as much as anymore, actually. Yeah, I guess I'll go down a little bit of that road with kind of what I went through the last few years and stuff like that. You know, I've had, you know, go way back actually. Like I remember when I was a kid, dude, we actually called the ambulance to the house because like I felt like I actually stopped breathing and I was having struggles with like my heart and stuff like that. So we actually called the ambulance to the house, dude. I was probably like, man, I had been like 4 or 5 years old. And dude, I was like in a severe panic attack, dude. Like I'm shaking. I'm like, feel like I can't breathe. I'm like, just the compression. It's crazy how much I remember it to this day. And like, exact, man. I remember being on like the front stairs in like in a blanket, just like with my mom wrapped around me. Like, and you know what, man? I didn't really realize, dude, until probably university. I'm like, remembered that situation. I'm like, dude, have I had anxiety since I've been a kid? And I just like brushed it off the whole time.
Pushed it down.
Dude, totally right. So the anxiety really started coming out when I was doing that weird shift at the mill. So from that midnight to noon and then 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I think it was just the fact is doing that for 2 years straight, man, really fucked up my brain chemistry, man, and really ended up developing that anxiety aspect of things, man, because it was so bad. And I would get it before I went to the mill. Every Friday night, man, I would get this anxiety. I'm like, so like clearly there was something going on there, right? And I remember I would actually get it before some classes, even though like, dude, I'm like acing these classes. I would still get it before these specific classes that I was acing, dude. It was weird. But this is going to sound weird to some is when it happened before like my classes and stuff like that. Pardon me. It's not like I enjoyed the feeling, but I enjoyed it. Like, you know what I mean then? Because like what it felt like was like an insane adrenaline rush when it happened during the day. But it like, so I was like kind of feeling this almost like adrenaline rush that I used to get when I used to race mountain bikes and like do the slope style on the mountain bikes and stuff before like tricks and stuff like that, right? So I was like almost kind of like sitting in it, man, because I enjoyed it a little bit, right? I don't know if that's a good thing, bad thing, or what. But the bad feeling was before the mill, right? So anyways, when that all happened, I actually had to go to my boss and be like, hey, dude, like, we need to change something up here. I'm developing this. Like, I'm running into major issues. I've never had this before. So then when we switched, I ended up actually getting my shift switched after 2 years from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., both Saturday and Sunday. And then the anxiety was gone. So it was just like that. Yeah, dude, it was weird, man, how like those shifts like really messed me up. And then I think my mind being like, I think it was the fact is I don't want to go. So my body was putting me into such a stressful state, man, and putting my anxiety through the roof, man. Like it was just, man, I can't like that day, dude, I was like just wanting to curl up into a ball, man, and just sit in the corner of my room. It was crazy. But yeah, so like, went through that, man, dealt with that, got that all situated. But then I would say in the like, during COVID and stuff like that, I hit a little bit of a depression state. Wasn't, not too bad that maybe it wasn't bad, maybe it was bad. I don't know. But I would say probably last year, dude, for probably a good year, man, was like super bad, like dark spot, man, waking up sad, not knowing why I was sad and stuff, right? So that was pretty shitty in that regard, right?
What did you do to pull yourself out of that?
Dude, like I was just like, I tried to get to my doctor. I didn't take any like antidepressant meds or anything like that because I wanted to stay away from those as much as possible, right? So what I did was go into my doctor. I'm like, I need blood work. I'm like, this is what I need. I need my hormone panel done. I need my cortisol tested. I need everything, man. For some reason, cortisol was like over 700, which is like in the red, like not good. So I so that happened there. My hormones, so you have like this window with your testosterone, which is like I think the window was like 9 to like 29.2 or 29.8 or something like that, right? I was at like 14. So, and the doctor's like, well, you're good, and I'm like, if you're in this window, at this time I was like 31 or something like that. I feel like I should be in the upper mid to like higher 20s. I'm still young, dude, right? So I shouldn't be down to this 14 mark, and it has not elevated from 14 for years, man. At one point, man, I was at freaking just below 9. I was thinking it was like 8 point something at one point too when I got blood work done. And I'm like, ugh, dude. And like that's actually, once you're below 9 is when you're actually at a point where they prescribe you TRT.
You're hypogonadal at that point.
Oh, dude, it was so brutal, man. So I was able to like get it stable to 14, but I wasn't getting any changes, man. Mood was still the shits. Motivation was the shit. Strength, dude, I barely could lift in the gym anymore. Like my strength, poor, man, piss poor.
Was your cortisol still jacked when you were at 14, or is it starting to come down? Because I know if your cortisol is through the roof, everything else suffers.
Dude, 100%. And I think it's that my cortisol was so high for so long, and I think that's why everything tanked, right? So so what I did, man, I can't really remember if the cortisol came down or not. I think the cortisol was coming down. Yeah, it was coming down, but then nothing was changing. Everything was still the same. And I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck's going on here? So I went to my doctor and I'm like, I need something. And it was a student doctor at the time. I'm like, is there anything to just help me get going again, right? And she's like, oh, I don't know, and I'm like, well, you're not help, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I kind of got frustrated on the phone. I'm like, I need something. Like, you need to help me with something here. I'm like, shit's not right. So she referred me to a specialist actually out of Victoria, Dr. Prinsloo is his name, actually. Super awesome dude, actually. So he's a hormone specialist, because he realized what's kind of going on in our world now today is like, dude, we have a major epidemic of males' testosterone being tanked at an early age, dude. So, and that's like, I think what we're finding is a major issue now in males. Like in males nowadays, man, is testosterone's getting way too low, man. Because I think they're saying that I think men in their 30s have the same amount of testosterone as that males in their 60s and 70s, which is like, come on, man. Like, we shouldn't be doing that, man. It should be naturally, like, we shouldn't have to be worrying about our testosterone until we're like late 40s, early 50s, I think, right? Personally, that's what I think. So that's what we're kind of finding nowadays, right? Like, all the studies is that males' testosterone is just taking a hit. So
or the food supply is shitty.
The nutrients in our food's garbage, dude. Like, it's so bad.
No one's lifting weights. Like, we're meant to be outside, hunting, gathering, providing.
Exactly.
We're supposed to do movement. We spend most of our time sitting down and feeling sorry for ourselves.
Yeah, man, exactly. So, but yeah, anyways, man, I went and saw the Dr. Prinsloo. And dude, the panel, man, that he got me to test for, dude, vitamin D was in there, DHEA, which is your precursor to test, my free testosterone, my testosterone, because those are two different things, cortisol, something to do with my pituitary glands.
Yeah, your thyroid.
Oh yeah, thyroid as well. So anyways, what's happened, man, during that whole, like when I was running into this whole issue, is my cortisol was spiked for so long, dude. It completely wrecked my pituitary gland, so it wasn't producing anything, dude. My body didn't even produce vitamin D. I'd be out in the sun, dude, and I was getting zero vitamin D production.
Really,
dude? I'm like, holy shit! No wonder why I feel like crap.
Yeah.
So we supplemented with vitamin D. Then I did, what else was depressed on that aspect? Oh, DHEA, zero production of my DHEA, so which is actually your precursor to free testosterone to help elevate your test.
Yeah.
So no DHEA production. So like that, I'm like, holy crap, man, what else is wrong with me here, right? So, we were able to get things stabled. I'm trying to think, man. I was supposed to get blood work done a bit ago there, but I just got busy. But Dr. Prinsley was super happy with all my results over the past like 6 months. That he's like, yeah, he's like, you don't need to come see me, just keep doing what you're doing, and whatever, right? So, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing is like, I'm running Tonkat LE right now, ashwagandha as well, super good for like cortisol and stress. What else? Vitamin D. As well as what else do I got on there is DHEA actually. So like that's the one thing I was prescribed. So that's helped a lot. Zinc before bed, magnesium before bed. So I take a wide array of supplements now, man. It's almost like a pharmacy in my house now, right?
I take most of those too.
Yeah. It's just yeah, man. And like when I first took that DHEA, dude, like I was saying, I was in a dark spot. Not even an hour later, dude, flick of a switch.
Wow.
It's like, no way, man. Like I'm like, I finally feel myself again. A week went by, and at this point I was taking 50 milligrams. So that's what he prescribed me. And then nothing, like my mood changed, but nothing else did, man. My libido was in the tank. Strength was still in the tank. Nothing was, mood was good though. So I was pumped for that, man. Cause I'm like, dude, I'm just tired of waking up sad, dude. You know what I mean?
Like happy to get out of bed in the morning.
Dude, right? So, I then, we bumped it up to 100, and yeah, man, I don't think I'll ever have to go back. Like, I don't think I'll ever go back. Like, it's insane, dude. So, but like, that gets me to the point where I'm like, I had this kind of thought was like, cause, obviously this is going to get onto a tangent, but like males, suicide rate is so high nowadays. Right. And I'm like, is that because, male's testosterone is tanked, but what's being prescribed is antidepressants instead of the blood work to the hormones instead? I don't know. Like, that's a thought that I've had, lots, right, man? Because there's been lots of guys that come into the shop, I get shooting the shit with them, and I'm like, hey, you need to go get your testosterone checked. Boom. Next thing you know, they get that fixed, and they're not on their antidepressants anymore, dude.
Well, what so many people don't realize, they think of testosterone, they just think of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
100%.
But testosterone is the main male hormone. It regulates your sleep, your appetite, your libido, your mood, all these things. It's not just about putting on muscle. It's about everything. It's your whole regulator of your body.
Dude, totally, man. 100%. So like, I don't know, man, I've had that thought where like, if doctors were able to test more for the hormone aspect of things before they start just slapping a pill, would that fix, male suicide or male depression or something? Would that mitigate it? Not obviously fix it completely, but would it mitigate, the aspects, considering actually, I think it's, males like mental health month or something like that right now. So ironic that we're bringing that up right now, but it'd be kind of cool to see if that is maybe a leading cause to those situations and if the numbers would decrease.
I think a lot of doctors, they're not as forward thinking and they're not as caught up with the science for all of it.
True enough.
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I can't give medical advice.
Yeah, me either, right? But
disclaimer.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's a pill for every ill, they say. I remember it was, this would have been, 12 years ago. And I got in a car accident. My neck was fucked. I was off work for like a year. And then I was outside one day and my neighbor was smoking a joint and I hadn't smoked weed in probably, 8 or 9 years at that point. Cause I worked on diamond drilling. We got piss tested all the time. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't need it. And I had one toke and it wasn't enough to get me stoned, but like all my neck pain went away. So then I went to didn't have a family doctor, but I got a call maybe even like a month later because I was on the wait list. And they're like, a new doctor's in town. You can be your patient. So I went in. It's kind of like an informal interview. Yeah. We're chatting. I'm like, she's like, what do you hope to get out of this? I'm like, my neck's fucked. I had a pull off my neighbor's joint. And this was before marijuana was legalized.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want from the government like a gram a month.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot of weed.
Dude, I have no idea, man. I've smoked like 5 times in my life, dude. So I have no idea.
So a gram would be like maybe like 1-2 joints. Like, so that would be like, that's all I needed.
Just light it once, boom, take a hit and then put it out. Yeah. Okay.
She says, I don't believe in that. And then she takes out her prescription pad. She's like, but I'll write you a prescription for OxyContin. And I was like, nope. I'm like, you're not the doctor for me. And I walked out.
Yeah, 100%. Like, dude, like it shouldn't matter what the doctor believes in, though. You know what I mean? Like, clearly there's something that worked for you.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know, man. I get, we need doctors and stuff like that for sure, right? Like we do, and not, bashing on doctors, right? But it's just like, there's things, man, like I say, like TRT could fix a lot of things for men, right? Marijuana for yourself, right? Like
Is it
just one hit, dude. Nothing to
I
like
wasn't
wreck
asking
me.
for a ton of it. I just wanted enough for like 3 or 4 times a week. Just
Totally.
That's it.
Yeah.
And not even enough to get stoned, but it was just enough for the pain
To
relief.
mitigate the pain.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
I think too, mental health for men, a big part of that is the way men are brought up. You push everything down. Don't talk about it. And then male suicide rates are higher. I don't know the exact stat, but it's I think more females attempt it, but more males, end up actually killing themselves because of the way they do it.
Right. Yeah.
The male is usually the gun beneath the chin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to think of, man, that's even like a thing out there, right? But yeah, dude, it's wild. Like I've actually had that, 2 people in my life actually have, been through that, dude. So like a really good guy that was like really close to me, actually like mentored me, in high school and stuff with our basketball coach, he had that thing. He ended up committing suicide as well too. So that was definitely a dagger when I got that phone call for sure. So, and then another family friend too, same thing. It was just like, crap, dude, this sucks.
And you never know what's going on in people's lives.
Dude, totally, man. And those people I usually like are pretty good at hiding it, right? Because like, myself, dude, that for that full year, man, I come out and, chat about it now, man. But like when I was going through that, man, no one knew. Dude, it's crazy. And I mean, I get it, dude. Like I get what, like I just like, holy crap, man, people go years and years like this. I'm just like, Jesus.
I did it. Yeah. When I was diamond drilling, I fucking hated it, man.
Yeah.
Hated every minute of it. It'd be night shift. I'm in Ontario. I'm in northern BC. Always the night shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So
that's rough,
Wouldn't
dude.
see the sun for a month at a time, and hated every minute of it. And I've always said, like, I don't get stressed, and for decades I thought that's what it was. And then what I realized from my fiance Janelle, it's that I hide it or hid it so well, and I just was so used to pushing it down, I never dealt with it. And then it started to arise that I would get up and I would think there was like bugs falling on the bed. So I'd grab the blanket, not knowing what I'm doing. I'd throw it over top of her to protect her. And then I would run out of the bedroom, turn the light on, turn all the lights on in the hallway. And I'd be standing at the end of the hallway, like dripping in sweat, like panting. And she's like,
gnarly.
wake up, you got to wake up. And I'd be like, where
so
the fuck am I?
So you were like sleepwalking.
Yeah, I would
Holy
I would get up and like sprint down the hallway. And this happened for, I don't know, years with her. And eventually, because I was going through an ICBC thing, and it would come up to when I had to go to like a court date or like a lawyer thing, and I wouldn't sleep, like crazy insomnia. And then I remember I was supposed to fly out on like a Tuesday to go down for this discovery thing where the opposing counsel is going to ask me questions. And then they canceled it the night before, and I hadn't slept probably more than like an hour a night for like weeks leading up to that night, like a baby, man. And that's when we started to realize, I was like,
of course. Yeah.
And then it was, that stress went away. And then years later, I started doing the waking up and running down the hallway again. And Janelle's like, you're stressed. I'm like, I'm not stressed. She's like, this is what happened last time. Like, this is how your body displays the stress. So I've really had to work on myself to actually like talk to her and tell her when I'm feeling down. And then it's, it's a healer to be able to just to talk to someone, and a friend, a family member. You have to go see a counselor, a therapist, like someone to just, we're a tribal, at heart, from, ancestral. We're supposed to be in tribes. We're supposed to be with other people. But if you just deal with it all yourself, that's when you get to those dark places.
Totally, man. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like I had a buddy of mine said, like, kind of same thing, was like, we were raised or whatever, men are told to like, just suppress it. So he mentioned that as well too. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense as well, right? So, dude, it's craziness, man.
I had a cortisol thing too.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up. My cortisol was so fucked up that in the mornings when I'd wake up, it would crash when it's supposed to go up.
Yeah.
And then at night, it would, instead of going down, it would skyrocket.
Oh, Jesus.
So I had to take supplements. The one was Ortho Adapt.
Okay.
It's one of them. It's like a mushroom blend. It's got a bunch of other shit in it. And I would have to take that in the morning and in the afternoon to make my cortisol go up. And then at night, I had to take another supplement to make my cortisol go down. And the doctor was saying, basically, what you can have is a traumatic event in your life. And they figure it was from when I got in a car accident when I was like 18, where there's just so much cortisol dumped into you. And you're like, you were years in that cortisol that even when that's gone, you're still, your body's still in that almost like fight or flight. So
100%.
I don't remember what my levels were, but they were, when they were down, they were supposed to be up and they were tanked. And then they were the opposite.
Yeah, it just flipped.
So like sleep was not a thing.
No, man, you can't wake up, right? Like you struggle to wake up. Remember, actually, like ashwagandha can do that to you, eh? So like if you like some people take ashwagandha before you go to bed, and what happens is because ashwagandha, decreases cortisol, which is what you want before bed, so you get a good night's sleep. But if you, like I probably even like a guy like you and me, man, like I don't know if you, depending on what your sleep schedule is like, man, if you're not getting that 8 to 9 hours sleep when you take ashwagandha before bed, the ashwagandha is not out of your system. So the thing is, man, your cortisol's still low. So like for me, man, I was taking it and I couldn't figure out why I was so drowsy and groggy in the morning and for the whole day damn near. It's because I would take ashwagandha to only get 5-6 hours of sleep. And next thing you know, man, my cortisol didn't spike to wake me up in the morning. So I was just like, damn, dude. I'm like, I switched up taking the ashwagandha. I take it in the mornings now instead, right? To try to help mitigate the stress throughout the day, which is actually, really good, man. It's able to like make me stay kind of more of like calm and collected and like when I'm getting flooded with phone calls and emails and shit. So
could that be something where you're going to know lots about supplements where you took a lower dose in the evening then? Or
yeah, you could probably do something like that. I was taking I think I was only taking about 200 before I went to bed. Yeah, so I haven't flirted with anything like 100 milligrams or anything like that of the ashwagandha.
I'd have to take a look and see what my dose is.
Yeah, because I think they say take upwards to like 400 or 500. And then I always take, because I always try to, anything before bed, man, I always half dose. Because even like, man, I remember taking this product from Cellucor way back in the day. I don't think they have it anymore. Actually, it might have been their basic ZMA, but it had GABA in it, dude. Man, dude, I had some fucked up dreams. Like, if I took that thing before I went to bed, man, the most lucid, like, dude, it was the craziest dreams. Only when I took that, though. It was wild, man. I've had actually some pretty weird dreams because I've, like, been, some people are like, what the fuck's this guy on, man? Because it's like, I ran into a period of time, man, where I was able to manipulate my dreams. Realized I was in my dream, and then I was able to change it when I'm in there, dude. Like, man, like I've told some people and they're like, what are you doing, dropping acid? Or like, what are you doing, dude? Like, I've had some pretty crazy dreams.
Yeah, you can teach yourself to do that. There's methods. I remember when I was like a teenager, I could do that.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm not crazy then, right? So
wild thing is now
Christ.
I probably remember, or at least like people say they don't dream, but everyone always does. But it's like maybe like 5 times a year. Like never.
You don't dream?
No.
Oh, dude, man, I dream so much, man. It's insane. Yeah, dude, I'll dream a shit ton.
No, the only time I will is if, say, we're going to get out of here late tonight, but I would get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, shit,
If I get up at 4:30 and I got like 5 hours, I'm usually pretty good on 5 hours, but sometimes, you like reach over and you turn the alarm off and you're like, I'm just going to lie here for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And most of the time, 95 out of 100 times I get up.
Yeah.
But those 5 times that I don't and I sleep for another 2 hours, that's when I'll dream. Is only those times.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
But sleep doesn't come easy for me.
No.
If I'm not exhausted,
Yeah.
I'll get into bed and my tick, 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 tick just keeps going.
Just keeps going. Yeah, man. I'll run into that a lot too, man. My mind just keeps running.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of dreams, man, like freaking, yeah, dude. I remember when I was a kid. Oh man, I used to get nightmares like a motherfucker, dude. Like it was so, like, man, it was like I never had like, dude, yeah, man. The amount of times I've had nightmares is insane. But Man, I remember being a kid, man. People always say like dreams, like it always is telling you something, right? But man, for like months on end, man, I remember actually having a dream, dude, and it was before a nightmare. I'd be in the middle of a desert, and it was in front of me, man, was a pyramid. But what you walked into was this bright ass door, dude, like this shining light. And you walked into it, man, and I was doing everything I could. I would try to scream. I knew I was going into it, right? And I knew it was a nightmare. So I'm like, I knew I was in a dream. I knew what was happening, and I'm like trying to freak out, trying to wake myself up. I'm like, wake up, freaking out, man, because I'm like, I don't want a fucking nightmare. But then when I did that, I'd wake up, but I'd be in paralysis. Dude, that was fucking freaky. And then what would happen, man, wake up, I'm stuck there. I'm trying to scream. Dude, but you can't.
And it feels like you can't catch your breath.
Dude, and like nothing's coming out. Your mouth is opening. Dude, so wild. But then I would pass back out and I'd be walking still in towards that fucking pyramid, man. And then I'd sometimes would be able to pull myself out of it. But I'm like, dude, that was like, dude, I can't, like, it's crazy how I remember it so vividly that.
Do you still get sleep paralysis ever?
No, I usually, because like now, man, because if I have a nightmare, I know I'm in a dream, right? So I usually I can usually kind of go through it, right? Apparently I do have like night terrors, not knowing that I have night terrors, and I'll just sleep. Like I'll scream in my sleep, dude. Like my past relationships, I'm like, my girlfriends would be like, what the fuck?
Do you know you talk in your sleep?
Yeah, and I'm like screaming, dude, like fucking belting, dude. And it's just like, people are like, what's going on, man? It freaks them out, right? And then, but I don't wake up. I'm just like, oh, okay, back, sleep time. Like, it's so crazy, man. But like, yeah, man, I've had some dreams. Like, there's one, man, that's actually kind of funny. Is I was like, I don't know how I clued into what I was in a dream, but old school Mario on the Super Nintendo and the bricks and stuff, and like the castles and being like those little gray bricks. Well, it was 3D, so I was on a castle, but it was like those 3D bricks, right? So I was like, there's me and like whoever else is with me, right? And we're like running, and I'm like, there's this dragon after us, and I'm like running, man, trying to get away from this dragon, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And I'm like, let's just kill the thing. And I was just like, next thing you know, man, I got a freaking gun in my hand, and then I freaking turn around and just start firing, and then boom, wake up. And I'm like, dude, it's just so crazy how like you can kind of get in those dreams and like manipulate them, right? Like it's a wild thing to me. I don't know what it means, but
do you believe in aliens?
Dude, I don't know, man.
Because a lot of people believe that the pyramids were built by aliens, so maybe that was
an alien coming.
Maybe they were coming for you.
Maybe they were trying to abduct me, brother.
Maybe they did. Realistically, you were probably, even at a young age, you were probably stressed and didn't know it.
Dude, probably. Yeah, man. Like I was saying, like an anxiety attack that I had at such a young age, right? I probably did, dude. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, I probably had anxiety my whole life, dude, and had no idea. I mean, because anxiety back then, man, no one knew what the hell it was. You know what I mean? So I feel like...
Well, there was no mental health back
when
we were kids.
Exactly, right? So I feel like, it's been such a big thing now in the last, maybe more than 5 years. I don't know.
And especially for men, like it's very supportive now.
Yeah, man, which is pretty cool. Which is pretty cool to see the support and stuff like that now, for the male generation or males and stuff like that, man. So
yeah, I had an anxiety attack once, and I didn't know what it was at the time, and it wasn't until months later. I was talking to my sister. I don't remember who it was, and they were explaining what an anxiety attack felt like, and I was like, "Fuck, I had that." I remember I was leaving work, and I got in my truck. And all of a sudden, I was like, I'm having a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
And I was like 33 at the time.
Yeah.
And I text Janelle, and I'm like, I'm going to the hospital. I think I'm having a heart attack. And so she's freaking out, and I go down there, and I go up, and I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack. And I'm in right away. And I've got all the sensors hooked up, and they're doing tests and everything. And it was probably like 2 hours before like my heart rate came down. And
holy shit, so quite a while, eh?
Yeah, and I didn't realize at the time. And this have been during one of my kind of periods when I was doing a lot of that sleep running, we'll call it.
Yeah, sleep running, yeah.
But it wasn't until years later, and it was, man, I definitely had an anxiety, and it's like sometimes people say, "Oh, I have heartburn," and they don't actually have heartburn; they have indigestion. Heartburn actually feels like your chest is being crushed, but it felt like someone was standing on my chest, and I was like.
Yeah, man.
Couldn't get a breath, and I drove to the hospital, and I think this was right after my dad, he had 17 heart attacks within 3 weeks
Holy
before
shit,
he finally went to the
dude.
hospital. So it was fresh in my mind. So my dad, he's was a forester, grizzled, like in the bush all the time, and he's out in camp, and he's doesn't show up for breakfast, and then his workmate comes and checks on him, and he's like, I think I have a heart attack, and they're 2.5 hours in the bush.
Oh shit!
So they jump in the truck, they drive all the way back to Terrace, where he's born and raised, and he's feeling better by then because it's past.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm just gonna go home and have a nap. I'm fine. So she drops him off, and then he's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should go to the hospital. He jumps in his truck, drives to the hospital, can't even get out of the truck, just starts laying on the horn, blacks out. They bring him in. I get a phone call 3 days later. He's in Victoria. He just had surgery.
Holy shit, dude.
He's like, I had a heart attack. I was like, what do you mean you had a heart attack? Why am I just hearing about this now?
Yeah, dude.
So they said that they went over all his symptoms and everything that they figured he had a major heart attack like 2 weeks before that. And then he had that one in camp. And then he was having another one that same day. And he had about 14 minor ones throughout that period. And they said if he had gone down and like went for a nap, he wouldn't have gotten up from it.
Dude, that's so crazy, man. Yeah, because like that's the one thing I've heard, man, is like you start to feel kind of tired. And you just don't feel the best. And, you know, you don't even know you're having a heart attack, man. Next thing you know, boom.
Yeah, you're gone.
It's crazy.
He had by the time they put a stint in, he had 100% blockage of one of his arteries.
Holy shit.
So he definitely
dude.
wasn't getting up from that nap.
Of course not,
Yeah.
man. Geez, lucky, man, for him to be able to freaking pull through. Thank God, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how do you feel? And then I guess this is pretty common when your arteries are clogged. After it's done, you feel fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because for years you've been operating at, 20, 30, 40% of what your actual capacity for blood to move through is.
Fuck, dude, I didn't even think about that. Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Got to take care of yourself, especially, I'm almost 40. I turned 39 last week. And
Really? Dude, I thought you were way younger than that.
I get
dude.
that.
Holy shit, dude. I thought you were actually, when you were like, oh, yeah, when I was 33, I'm like, fuck, he's not my age. I thought he was like 33 my age,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
39 last week, man.
Dude,
39
crazy.
years
Well,
young.
freaking happy belated
Thank
birthday,
you.
dude.
Yeah.
So what, last week, June, baby? Or end
June.
of May? Okay,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
last Thursday, June 5th.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, because I'm May 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, so recent as well, too. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's got to keep the body healthy. I do lots of like personal, like, I don't like to call them like self-help books, you know what I mean? But it's those books that inspire you, whether it's, Cam Haynes.
Yeah.
Cameron Haynes.
Yeah, okay,
Keep
Cameron.
hammering.
Cameron Haynes. Yeah, because he's Navy SEAL, isn't he? No. He's oh my God, no. Cameron
Bow
Haynes
hunter.
is, I was just gonna say he's a hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You read his book?
I haven't, dude. My issue,
great.
dude. Man, like, that's my thing, dude. I've got books at home. I want to read them. I get halfway through them, and then what happens is, man, I'm so fucking busy, dude. I don't have time to read a book because I'm a slow reader. So I get like 1 or 2 pages, and I'm like, crap, man. Because what I was reading Gary Vaynerchuk's book. Because what I like to do, man, I like to read when I do read, kind of like the I guess like entrepreneurial based kind of style books, right?
Ones that are kind of more like based around someone's life or story, a little more interesting.
Exactly, right? The one actually I was just reading was Gary Vaynerchuk's book. It was what was it called? Oh my God. Oh, Day Trading Attention. So it's all about social media, right? Because like that's the big thing right nowadays, man. It's social media, man. If you're not up on your social media, fuck, dude.
Attention media calls it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's true, right? He does. So, I was reading that book and just trying to get through it, enjoying that. I enjoy reading that though, for sure. But then I get into a spot, man, where it's just like, man, I wake up, I take about 10, 15 minutes to have a coffee, sit down, but then I'm right onto my phone or my laptop right away before I have to go out and actually work, right? And then same thing when I get home, I take about, I sit down for about an hour and then I'm freaking in bed. So it's really tough to like read.
You ever thought about audiobooks?
Yeah, I tried that, man. But my issue is when I start doing audiobooks, man, depending on who is speaking, oh, dude, it's hard for me because I was trying to listen to Gary Vaynerchuk's book, him read his book, and I was actually struggling to actually even focus on what he was saying, man. My mind was wandering elsewhere, right? So if I'm not doing something, my mind goes another way, right? So like reading, it helps me like just keep focused on that one thing. Because if I'm not and I'm listening to something, dude, hell, man, my freaking mind's going right or left or up or down, right?
So I love audiobooks, and I was the same way. I still am. So I'll get up 4:30, try to be in the truck by 5, driving to the gym, and I'll put either an audiobook on or like a podcast entrepreneur or about podcasting. And if I'm driving and then my mind starts to like shift, I'm like, okay, focus back. And I'll focus back. And over time, it's gotten way better. Where if I call it drift. Like if I start to drift away, I can pull back in. But there's some days where I'm 2 minutes in and I just know now's not the time. So I switch to music or something on the way to the gym. Or if I'm out for a run, I'll put a podcast or an audiobook on until I can't. And some days it's 10 minutes, some days it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a skill that you have to work on to pull your attention back.
Totally, that makes sense. But podcasts though, dude, like I can listen to those nonstop, man. And like, so I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's like I
mean, a podcast generally has a guest and it switches back and forth. It's kind of
I think that's probably what it is. Yeah, it's probably a little bit more engaging, man. True enough. So, whereas like someone reading a book, man, it's just like, like you say, not as engaging, right? So it's like for me, listening to a podcast, man, I can be right focused in on it, and it's so much easier for me. So that's why I listen to podcasts a lot more than like audiobooks.
Well, especially a guy like Gary Vee. A lot of his stuff in his book, he's going to have on his podcast as well.
That's just it, right, man? Yeah, no, exactly, right? So,
you know what would be good for you is, have you read Goggins' book?
Which one?
Can't Hurt Me?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, I haven't read any of those either.
So get that one an audiobook. It's the best audiobook I've ever listened to.
He's probably got, it's probably on Spotify.
Yep. I would assume so.
Yeah, because there's lots of books on there.
So what it is he went into, like he wrote the book with this guy, and then he went into the studio, and over 2 days, what happened? So imagine it's you and me.
Yeah.
It's your book. It's about Jake Young. I wrote the book with you. I read the chapter, and then the chapter ends, and then you and I discuss the chapter for 40 minutes.
That's super cool, dude. I like that, man.
Best one it's like a podcast with a book. It's what actually got me into audiobooks.
Yeah.
But it's the best one ever. Like,
shit, I'm gonna listen to that. Then see, like something like that is probably what I'll be able to like be engaged in, listen to, and be able to actually take the information in.
Yeah. And a lot of the audiobooks I do, they are more of a story. So like Cam Haynes' one, it's about him growing up and getting into bow hunting and how he disciplined, or like Jocko Willnick, like his experiences over in Afghanistan.
Jocko? Yeah. Like the Afghanistan and stuff like that.
Those kind of ones are good. But if it's a book and it's going to teach you something and it's laying out strategies and that kind of stuff, I have to actually read that. I can't listen to it. Yeah. But if it's a story, it's like a one-man kind of podcast, right?
Of course.
I can crush those all day.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I'm gonna check that out. Well, that's the nice thing. So with what I do, like line painting, crack sealing, all that kind of shit, right? What's nice is that, man, like I just plug in my headphones, throw in a podcast or something like that, where it's like, and it's awesome, man. Because like podcasts, summertime is like podcast season for me, man. Or when it snows, boom, podcast in the truck, dude. I'm out for 8 hours, man. I get to hammer out like 3 or 4 different podcasts sometimes, depending on how long they are, right? Yeah. So,
what are your favorite ones to listen to?
I listen to a lot of Andy Frisell, so Real AF. Listen to a lot of that, man. I'm waiting for him to. I think it's a couple weeks out now. So he used to have what was called the MFCO project beforehand. It's actually the first podcast I ever listened to, man. I was like, oh, let's get into like podcasting, man. I'm gonna like listen to something. So I came across this MFCO podcast, listened to Andy Frisella, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, I can listen to this, man, because he's a bit intense, right? Love his shit.
He's in your face, man.
Dude, love it, man. So listen to that, and I've been listening to him since 2016, dude, like religiously, man. I'm a Real AF fan, dude.
Real AF, there you go.
Right? So, I've been listening to him, man, as well, and obviously, like, I listen to a bit of Rogan. What I like about Rogan is that he has different types of people on all the time, man. So you're always getting something different, right? It's like, almost like an unbiased like thing, man, because he'll have people from all different freaking areas of life coming on that, right? So like there's one, I was listening to, man, he had a guy that damn near lived in the oh my god, the what freaking forest is that down in South America? The Amazon. Sorry,
Yeah.
he lived in the Amazon, dude, for like however long, right? Because he was doing like studies down there and shit. That one. There was another guy that was I don't know if he's Navy SEAL or not, but he was, I can't remember his name, man, but he was over in Afghanistan when they pulled all the troops out. And dude, that was an insane story to listen to. Yeah, man. So, and that's what, like, just the differences of people that he has, right? So, those two I listened to a lot of, and then Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Dude, but you know what's crazy with Theo Vaughn, man? He's getting some big names on there now. Like, man, well, like JD Vance, dude. He's got JD Vance on there, man. He's getting like, well, I think he gets, he has Kid Rock on there. Dude, like the names, dude, he has. Like Shane Gillis is always on there.
He's not afraid to speak his mind.
Dude,
right?
which is awesome, man. Yeah, that's what I love, dude.
His out of pocket shit is so funny.
Dude, it's like, oh man,
He gets away with it, and it's
I don't know how he does it, dude. I mean, could be the fact, man, he's a popular dude. Well, like, dude, comedian, stuff like that, man, right? So definitely could be, just like, talking with comedians, Matt Rife, dude, some of his crowd work shit that Matt Rife says, dude, I'm like, holy crap, how are you getting away with that shit?
Well, he says it all because he's uncancelable. It's the way he
100%.
views it, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So
I like that you brought up Rogan, because my idea with this podcast, aside from just, podcasting with interesting people and hearing their stories and stuff, is what I really love about Rogan is, I love to use this example. He'll have Neil deGrasse on, the astrophysicist.
Yeah.
Been on multiple times. It might be a 2.5 hour podcast where there's 30 minutes of astrophysics, and then there's 2 hours just everything else.
Yeah, dude, totally.
I love that.
Well, I feel like that's kind of where we've gotten on a tangent about so many fucking different shit tonight so far, right?
It's just two people just having a conversation.
Dude, that's what I love
whatever
about
comes
Rogan
up.
stuff too, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome, dude. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, like there's some well, I've learned lots from Rogan's podcast. There's a lot of people that, hate on him, but I mean, like, like you listen to him for like, don't think about just him. Just think about the people that he has on, man. Like you can learn a lot from that, right?
Well, he's an amazing conversationalist.
Dude, is he ever, man? He's super good at it.
He's done 3 episodes a week, every week for 16 years and hasn't missed a single week.
Dude, that's insane. I thought it was almost every day that he was doing it.
No, 3 a week since he started. And you got to think he will take vacations. So if he's going to take a 3-week vacation, that means that the weeks leading up to it, he needs to do 5, 6, 7,
Oh shit!
8.
So he's hammering every day, and then
So he might do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's if he takes like a vacation. But
Yeah, of
otherwise,
course.
he'll do like the one just came out. Him and or when Trump and Elon were going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Jamie brought it up to him about the tweets. They talked about it.
Already came in there with, because they had the FBI agent.
Yeah,
on
he
there.
had Kash Patel on there, and he's like, "Hey, I can't comment on this." But then they released that the next fucking day. Like he's so current with those kind of things.
Okay,
And I know a lot of people hate on him. But
But I mean, like, yeah, dude. I mean, he's doing something right, though, right? Like he's super successful, dude. And
I think he's probably the most influential person on the planet.
yeah, man, because like that's why the I always forget the FBI guy.
Kash Patel.
Yeah, that's why he went on there. That's what Kash Patel said, man. He's like, I'm going to pop on here because he's like, I feel like the mainstream media isn't hitting this type of individual. So I want to come on here, chat about this shit that's going on. And because it's going to hit a different crowd of people.
Yeah. Dude, he can pick up his phone and he's like, goes through his contacts, like, I'm going to call, let's see, I'm going to call, Chris Pratt. Hey, Chris, I got an opening next week. You want to come on the show? Dude,
totally.
Chris was like, yeah, I'm going to stop my movie. I'm going to fly to Rogan.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to wonder, so like, does Rogan pay these guys then? Or like, how does that work? Do you know? Or
I know from looking into podcasting that there are some hosts who will pay for people to come on, but generally it's not. It's if you come on the Joe Rogan show, it's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The halftime show, no one's paid for that.
Right.
Because it's the most watched thing all year.
I see what
So
you
if you go on the Joe Rogan show and you're up and coming and you want basic free publicity, you can't get any bigger than that.
True enough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think actually what was it? was either Rogan or it was Andy Frisella. They were trying to get The Rock on. And it was like, dude, something stupid like 100 to 300 grand to get him onto a show, like talk show to like chit chat, right? But Rogan's like so big though, right? That it's like you say, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I would never pay.
Dude, no,
No.
not at all, man. Like, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, I get people are busy and got their shit to do, but I mean, like, I just love sitting down and having a conversation and bullshitting a bit, right? Like, it's kind of like just like tonight, man. So, like, that's what I kind of like, right? So, like, I wouldn't pay either, man.
No, I just want cool people to come on, see what comes up, just
man.
have a conversation. And I mean, if The Rock came on and we never talked about wrestling, we never talked about his movies, but we just talked about, I mean, I'm sure he's been through some dark places with some head injuries and shit.
Totally, man.
We had, or I had on a guy, local guy, Jacob Dean.
Oh, yeah, mountain biker. Yeah, the shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2.5 hours, and we spent, I don't know, 50-60% of it talking about concussions and mental health, and not about biking. But I didn't know that's how it was going to go.
Yeah, dude, of course, man. You just go in and, man, you just start talking about random stuff, man. It just takes, who knows where it's going to take you, right?
So obviously, like, speaking it with him, he felt comfortable, and it just sort of led into that. And just I heard his story and listened to him, and we just talked about that. And I had goosebumps, man. And I like to think I'm a pretty tough dude. I think Janelle's seen me cry like 5 times in 8 years, and I was starting to well up a little bit in one of the stories he was telling.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, and those are the kind of conversations I want to have with people, because I want to put out things that people are going to take value from. Yeah. This is all free. I don't get paid for any of this. I want to put stuff out there, and hopefully people can take some value from it, and then hopefully they keep listening or watching, or they take value from it, they take something from it, like you talking about your anxiety and depression.
Of course.
Maybe someone listens to this and they're like, holy shit. That's me. Yeah. I need to talk to someone.
Of course. Yeah. Like, and that's, I remember speaking of that, man, like I remember, dude, the first time I ever went and saw a counselor, dude, I was like ready to puke, dude. I'm like, I do not want to go and do this. Not one bit, but it did. Right. So like you say, like having somebody, maybe I should go talk to somebody. And like, I definitely recommend someone. Go talk to someone. Go talk to your buddy. Whatever it is, man. Just talk to somebody.
Yeah, don't hold it in.
Dude, hell no.
You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing your family and friends any favors.
Dude, not one bit.
Just bottling it up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I know you recently had knee surgery. How's that recovery
going? I didn't have surgery.
Oh,
so no, man. So actually, so I blew my knee out twice in 1 year. Shit, was that 2017, 2018? So
were you doing stupid shit, or just
well, dude, kind of, I guess, right? Semi-stupid, I guess. I don't know. So first one was dirt biking. We were riding, and how this one happened, man. So we're up at the pits up in Barnhartville, and I'm coming down to hit this jump that we kind of built, and there was a kid on a dirt bike standing, like, just waiting. So I'm like, okay, he's just waiting for me to go because he wants to see. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to drop in. So I'm like, come down, dude, click up to third. I'm like hauling ass down this freaking hill, and the kid starts going. And I'm like, oh, shit, dude. All I could think was like, brace for impact. Fucking hit him. And like, so I hit him in between his rad and his forks. Took everything with me, man. Somehow stayed on my bike, took his bike with me. He flew off, and I don't know if it was me getting off the bike and stepping and twisting. And then I was like, fuck, like, are you okay, dude? Like, what the hell were you thinking, man? Like, were you not looking? Like, what's going on? So anyways, we keep riding. I was like, check my bike out and shit, and, see if the kid was okay. Everything, like, we all thought we were all good. His thumb was hurting a bit, but everything was all good. And bike's good. So I'm like, okay, sweet, I'll keep riding. Right? Like, of course. Like, why not?
Crash won't ruin a good day.
Yeah, 100%. So we keep riding. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, something's going on with my leg, dude. Like, something hurts, man. Like, something's not right. So I'm like keep riding for a little bit. I'm like, oh, something. I'm like, I gotta load my bike up, dude. Like, so I load my bike up, and I'm chilling for a bit. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, something's wrong here. Like I'm like, so my adrenaline's still going,
Of course,
obvious
of course.
right? So anyways, I get home, I'm like limping a bit and I'm like in bed and I wake up at 2 o'clock to go take a piss. And dude, I've never had so much fucking pain in my life. Like, dude, I broke my back years ago mountain biking. And dude, my knee was way worse than breaking my back.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, went to the hospital. Like, dude, I felt like I was gonna puke from the pain. It was insane, dude. So I go to the hospital and they're like testing out my leg and they're like, oh yeah, it's just an MCL, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, like, what do I have to do? I'm like, I've never dealt with this shit before. So I was in a freaking brace, dude, 0 degree range of motion. So I was stuck, man. You know, leg was like Terry Fox, dude. Like I was hopping around like Terry Fox, dude, for a while, dude. You know, so I freaking. So, anyways, go on from that, and yeah, the later that fall. Things are good. Things are feeling good. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go mountain biking. So I went mountain biking with my buddy Foster and Matt Brooks, a couple pros in town. Actually, I think they'd be stoked to come on this podcast one of these days.
Hey man, tell a
Yeah,
friend.
man, I will, man, for sure. Because yeah, Matt Brooks was pro mountain biker for a while. Films like a lot of the big guys now, big dogs like Matt McDuff and stuff like that. Who lives up? I don't know if you know who Matt is or not.
Oh yeah, the big air compound.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, so like Brooks films all of his shit, right?
Oh,
so yeah,
sick.
the big air compound. So and then Chris Foster being an X Games athlete, right, dude? Phenomenal guy, real moto and shit like that. I think gold medalist and stuff. So anyways, I was riding with all those boys, right? So we're riding, dude. Solid day, dude. Super good day. And then I say, just one more.
Yeah, it's always
it's always just one more.
You're
man.
done, and it's
never say that. So, dude, hit it, man. Hit it fucking so good. And then I come down, landed, but like I don't know, my body must have been just a bit forward. So what I was doing, man, I ended up landing, and then it fucking starts nose wheeling, and I'm like, oh shit, dude. So I'm like, well, I'm not just gonna like fall on my face. I was like heel clicker dismount, jump off my bike, and try to run down and like roll down the hill. Well, dude, as soon as I did that and planted my right foot, dude, tib fib goes fucking lateral instead of like back and forth. Man, it like came back and slung shot like a fucking dude. It was insane, dude. It just snapped back into place, like boom and snap. And I was like, holy shit. And I'm like on the ground. And I had like Chris and freaking Matt laughing because the thing, I'm like, they're like, oh, did you rip another pair of pants? And I'm like, dude, every day I went and rode, man, I ripped a pair of pants. Because it's just like I would crash or something, right? And rip a pair of pants. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like on the ground and they're like, oh shit, he ain't getting back up. And so they ripped down. They're like, I'm like, dude, I fucked my leg up, man. I'm like, ugh. So I'm like, get up. And I start walking, can put some pressure on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I might be okay. It might have just got loose and snapped back or whatever. I'm like, I think it might be okay.
Dislocate or something. And
something, went back in. So anyways, and yeah, dude. So I went into the hospital and was like, yeah, I gotta get this checked out. And so this is the weird thing, man, was that, so the MRI came out was like a severely torn meniscus. ACL was apparently fine. And I think the MCL was fine too as well on that. But yeah, man, everything came out saying that the meniscus was torn, but everything else was bad. Or no, meniscus was bad, but everything else was fine. Orthopedic surgeon testing out. He's like, yeah, you've torn your ACL for sure. I'm like, what? I'm like, MRI came out saying it was fine. Like, what's going on? He's like, nah, you've definitely torn it. So whether I've torn it or just stretched, I don't know if these things can stretch or not, but because I still I do have play in my tib fib. But what I've done, man, was just rehab my knee so well that I didn't have to go for surgery. So yeah, my tib fib's still loose. So if I do any intense activity, snowboard, dirt bike, mountain bike, anything like that, I'll just put a brace on.
Yeah.
Or if I'm gonna go and play basketball, just put like some semi brace on.
Supportive,
just something supportive. But I just don't play anything competitive per se when it's in like a team sport anymore, which kind of sucks. Like volleyball I'll play because it's not like you're not gonna like run into someone or something, right? So which sucks. I miss soccer, man. I miss playing basketball competitively, right? So I miss all those things. But So that's the one thing. I'll still go and play, shoot hoops and stuff like that, but nothing too crazy. But so yeah, man, I avoided surgery, but now I'm running into what's called IT band syndrome. So that, man, I haven't been able to squat in 2 years.
Jeez.
Which sucks, dude. Like that's my forte, dude. I love legs,
Well,
right?
with all the CrossFit and stuff you're doing too.
Yeah, exactly. So did a lot of CrossFit before. Haven't touched CrossFit, man, since last August. No, dude, it's been a while, man. I can't even remember. Yeah, so it would have been last August. Last August was like my last time doing CrossFit, man, because I was like, dude, I've been running into so much pain in my IT band, right? So pretty much what happens is, man, like I can't put my knee over past my toes. So like once my tib fib isn't straight up and down and it's bent a little bit forward, I run into like a lot of pain. So yeah.
Well, I remember when I did my foolish run around the track. And weren't you supposed to go for like a scope or something the next day?
Oh yeah, what was that? There was something what was that, man? I was supposed to do something. Oh, hernia.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I went for hernia surgery.
Yeah.
So
is that good then?
Yeah, that's good now. So I'm solid there, man. So that was actually a weird recovery, dude. Like it's very weird, man. Like you cannot do anything, man. Like it's fucking weird, dude.
Were you full? Like were you having like your intestines stick out or was it?
No, dude. So it was umbilical. So my belly button though would poke out every once in a while. And you know,
like a small erection.
Pretty much, right? 100%, dude. I was like, what the hell is this thing? Jesus. So I freaking, yeah, man, it was bizarre, dude. I'm just like, remember being in the gym one day and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't think I'm like, I don't have an Audi. I'm like, dude, this is fucked up. Like, I don't have an Audi at all, dude. So I was like, I'm like, that's not right. So when, doctor, ultrasound, all that shit, man. Yeah, you got a freaking, I think, what did they say, about an inch or 2 centimeter rip in my like umbilical area. So anyways, they're like, yeah, so like surgery. I'm like, yeah, I'll put it off for now, like, if I don't need it right away. But then it started getting worse and worse and worse. So thank God I had an appointment booked, man, because it was getting pretty bad. But I think that's what's caused my IT band syndrome. Because IT band syndrome will come from weak glutes and weak core. Yeah. And apparently lots of runners will get IT band syndrome.
Oh, yeah. When you brought it up, and I was like, I know a few people.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So I actually just had a girl come into the shop the other day, and she was mentioning that she has IT band syndrome too. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm not the only one here. That's just freaking, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, it sucks, dude. Because I'm like, even riding my dirt bike, dude, trying to kick it over, dude, it hurts to kick my dirt bike over.
Have you looked into anything to kind of mitigate that?
So dude, I spent about $1,000 on physio and like shock therapy, all that shit, but didn't do a thing.
Physio's never done anything for me.
No, man. Yeah. So I'm like, so I went and saw an RMT here in town as well. And I think the issue with that is that we were targeting the wrong area for the sessions that we did. I think for me, I have to target up on my quad more than anything. The pain doesn't come from the quad, which is crazy. So it's kind of my knee and down to my tib fib. So I think I need to massage that quad a little bit more is kind of the biggest thing, because that'll mitigate the pain, and then I can bodyweight squat at least without pain. So that's kind of the nice thing. I was so worried, man. I'm like, oh man, I tore my meniscus again and all that shit, right? And then when it did happen, so I was put myself into a bottom of my squat, and I started to try to walk. So duck walk per se, right? No pain. So I'm like, okay, that's good news. So it's not my meniscus, right? So if I could duck walk and there's no pain, if I can put a lot of pressure on my right leg and pressure on my knee, no pain, okay, sweet, good thing, right? No meniscal tear. So what made me realize it was my IT band was the fact that that pain where it happens shoots down, and I get a clicking in my knee all the time on that outer edge, right? And that's the symptoms of an IT band, right? So but yeah, man, so I'm trying to just work my core as much as possible. But I was saying, dude, I think it's from that hernia. Dude, me having a rip in my lower abdomen, well, the strength wasn't able to come for 2 years because I didn't get it recovered. I didn't get any surgery for 2 years on that. That's when everything started to kind of go downhill with my right leg. Interesting.
I would wonder if you would benefit from working with a super knowledgeable running coach who also does strength and conditioning.
Oh, okay. So maybe.
Yeah. I've got a coach. I'd love to give him a shout out. 100 Mile Kyle. Check him out.
There you go. 100%.
And my legs would always be super beat up from runs, but I had never strength trained and done running at the same time.
Yeah.
And once I started working with him, first 2 months sucked because I would lift one day, run the next, lift one day. And it's kind of like, you know, when you take time off the gym and then you go do like bicep curls for the first time.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
It's not your bicep, it's your tendons that hurt, right?
100%.
So I had DOMs all the time
God,
for like 2 months, and then it finally went away. And now my legs are so strong from working with him. And it's like building up around muscles around the knee, lots of mobility stuff. The best kind of example I can give is, you know, when you're walking down a set of stairs and you think there's one more stair, but there's not. And you like jar.
Of course.
That used to happen. My back instantly would be out, my lower back.
Interesting.
And then after working with him, now I did it just today. I was going to walk across the street to see my son and Janelle. And I don't know. I thought I was off the curb already, and I wasn't. I just kept going. It doesn't happen anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of good then. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have to like look into that then, because that's, dude, it's getting, well, it's at the point where it's chronic now, right? Like I'm running into the issue where like, well, man, I can't like, dude, I remember, man, like, well, like I was like, my goal, man, was a 500-pound back squat, 405 front squat. I wanted to get my 315, you know, power clean, well, squat clean. I wanted to get to those numbers, but then all this pain started happening just before I was starting to reach that goal, right? And then again, I haven't been able to do it for 2 years because I didn't really know what the problem was until probably about a month ago, dude.
Yeah. I would wonder too, with all that time off, that things start to atrophy. And then you were wearing like double knee braces a lot of the time, right? Knee sleeves.
Yeah, so I always wore knee sleeves, man. Like, because it was kind of helping a bit with that. Like, it kind of helped with the pain a bit. But yeah, man. Like, I think, you know, with that abdominal aspect of like not having a strong dude, like, so I started training core again, man, because I never really trained core too much.
Yeah, me neither.
Dude, I'm like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, I barely can even do a hollow hold right now, man, for more than like 15, 20 seconds. I'm like, my core is weak as hell, dude. So I'm like, ever since I've been doing that, though, I have been noticing a slight improvement on that IT band. So I'm just, I'm hoping to, you know, continue that. But like, I might have to look into like a running coach like that, man. Like,
He's awesome.
well, it's just that they know about those IT band problems considering with the runner, right? So yeah, so I'm like, shit, because it's like one thing, man, it's not tight hip. I mean, maybe it is tight hip flexors, I don't know, but it's like my mobility is phenomenal. Like that's one thing I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I running into issues then? But
Something's going on.
something, man, figuring out slowly. But
I was training core this morning, and I had the band wrapped around 50-pound kettlebell, and then I had a chain wrapped around the kettlebell, and you're holding it in one side.
oh
Like
shit,
death march.
Yeah.
So then you're trying to keep this way, but then also you're trying to keep your arm forward because the chain's trying to drag you back for the resistance on the ground.
Oh shit, that's actually that's smart. Actually, I like that. Yeah, because that's the one thing too, man. Like I remember doing some like kettlebell with the band, and you were like, you'd actually like hold it up above your head, but it'd be like bouncing, dude. It was fucking not easy, dude.
Yeah, it's all this stuff, the unilateral stuff, the uneven stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just your typical squat up, squat down.
Yeah, well, that's what like, dude. I'll do a lot of I try to do a lot of single-handed dumbbell work, right? Is what I try to do to try to like with that core stability, right? So like whether it's like, you know, single arm dumbbell bench, you know, single arm dumbbell shoulder press, or a single armed dumbbell overhead lunges, shit like that, man. So like that's what I try to do a lot of, because it's putting you in this awkward position to really have to work that core, right? Keep your body stable. So like that's what I love to do a lot of times.
Well, that's you're never going to injure yourself just walking, right? So if you got a runner, if they're just running in a straight line, the injury's not going to probably come from that. It's when there's a pothole they don't see, or you slip, or you're on uneven ground. And I mean, that's the leading cause of injuries for old people: slip, trips, falls.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they don't have that strong core,
Dude,
it holds you up, right?
100%.
It's in the middle of everything. And people think, oh, core, it's just your abs. No, it's your core. It's the whole way around. You got to work the whole thing.
People like, man, what I call like, you know, people are like, oh, dude, that guy's got a sick core. It's like, no, those are Hollywood muscles, brother. Like, you know what I mean?
Show
like,
muscles.
it's the show muscles, dude. Yeah. So it's like, man, what else is inside, dude? So like, even when I bench press, man, like I'll bench press sometimes without my feet on the ground, because it's just like, okay, can I stabilize myself with like, you know, 225 plus on the bar and trying to bench it and keep everything stable on this kind of narrow bench. So like I try to do a lot of that shit too, right?
I just switched to using the cambered bar.
Oh yeah.
So like big range
Yeah,
of motion.
dude, totally.
Lots of success with that. Love
Have
it.
you ever used a bamboo bar before?
I don't think so. I know what it is. I've seen them
Yeah,
before.
because you put like the bands on the other side too, right?
Yeah.
You put the bands on, you put the kettlebell, hook the kettlebells kind of
Yeah.
on the bands. Dude, that shit's wild, man. Like it's different. It hits different. Dude.
One of the ones my coach has me do is called hands-free push-ups. So you go down to your chest,
Yeah,
pick your hands up,
yeah,
and then you push it.
totally.
I could bang out push-ups all day, and doing those crushes
Yeah,
you, man.
we'll actually like like speaking of CrossFit and stuff, man. You'll actually get that in competition, hand release push-ups, because it's actually something, man, that's easier to judge than it is just a regular push-up, right? Because once you hit the ground, you got to lift those hands up. If those hands don't come off the ground, man, it's a no rep, right? So, but that shit ain't easy, dude. That will blow your triceps up so fast.
Yeah, I started getting lots of gains. I've always struggled with my chest. I mean, I look at weights and my shoulders start to grow, but my chest was always lacking.
Just always lacked it.
Yeah. I could never hit it properly. It was always tries and shoulders. And
Yeah, I'm opposite, man. I would say my shoulders, man, is like my one I have to really, really work for, man. Like my shoulders just aren't that strong. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I would say legs are probably my strongest. But what's crazy, man, I can't deadlift more than I can squat.
No?
Like I squat more than I deadlift.
What was your highest deadlift?
My highest deadlift, dude, I don't think I've deadlifted more than 435.
Were you double over? Or did you switch? Did you do mixed grip?
That I did mixed grip, but now I try not to, because I'm like, if I can't deadlift it with hook grip, then I'm like, I shouldn't be able to do it because I can't clean it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think the most I've ever done double overhand, man, is like just below 400 is what I think. Something like that. But yeah, man, I know like the 435 though, dude, was like, man, I was belted up, dude. Like I had like all the freaking stuff, man, to try to get that bar up, and it was a struggle.
Yeah.
But then I'm here back squatting 475.
Wild.
Yeah, like people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, I just never could deadlift, man. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it's technique. Probably technique,
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
technique. You're
But-
not leaning back enough. Yeah,
Totally.
using your leverage.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you should be able to have 225 on the bar, and you just lean back, and the bar starts to come up.
Right. Yeah. So like that's the one thing, man. Yeah, and definitely can squat. Like it's, dude, the fact that I can pretty much front squat almost as much as I can deadlift was pretty.
That's
pretty
huge.
funny. Yeah.
What was your biggest clean?
My biggest clean's 300.
300.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So.
got me. I did 285.
Oh shit. Yeah, that was like, I don't know what I could be able to do now, because it's just like I haven't trained Olympic lifts in so long, man. Snatches was a tough one, dude. That one's a tough one to hit. My most I've done on a snatch is a 205.
185 for me.
185 for you too on that. Yeah, man. I mean, like, yeah, dude, training with some of these guys, dude, like a buddy of mine, Jeff Bartlett in town here, man. That guy is an absolute
Silverback.
Yeah, dude, silverback for sure. Man, he'll be actually someone you should bring on here, dude. That guy is a frick, dude. He's so knowledgeable, dude.
I went to school, university with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were in the same accounting class.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
dude.
I remember.
Yeah.
Jeff and I catch up now and then. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. He would, dude, man. Yeah, he's actually, man. He's taking that silverback, man. Again, a guy that I've told, man. I'm like, you don't know how close you are, man. Just keep grinding, man. 'Cause he's been going at it for over a year now, I think. But now he's programming competitions now.
Really?
Yeah, so he's programming a competition called FVT, so Fraser Valley Throwdown. So it's like the Throwdown series. So there's one in Okanagan. So I think that one's held in Penticton, and the other one's down in, I think, somewhere in the Fraser Valley.
Yeah.
So he's actually programming that whole competition. So, because he had a lot of input at OVT, the one Brent Fikowski, I guess, programmed. So he had a lot of input on there on what Brent Fikowski was programming, and just like, maybe we switch this up.
Is that the guy out of Victoria?
So no, that's that would be Pat Vellner.
Okay.
Pat Vellner moved from somewhere. Yeah, Nanaimo actually. He moved. I think he moved back home to his hometown or some shit like that. But Brent Fikowski's from Kelowna.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, the tallest, man. He's like 6'2" or something like that, 6'3". I could be wrong, but he's like 6 foot or more, right? which is actually very unknown from a CrossFitter. Usually the CrossFitter is a little bit shorter.
Well, what was Rich Fronin, like 5'7"?
Yeah, man. And then like Matt Fraser, I think is like 5'5" or some shit
Yeah.
like that, or 5'6".
Bowling
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, man. Just absolute nemesis, man. Those two are absolute freaks of nature, man.
Isn't CrossFit a bit on the decline right now?
Dude, massively,
Yeah,
man.
because that guy drowned this year too, right?
Yeah, last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
At
that
the
was
games.
yeah. So that was a lot of controversy, man. Like that was a pretty weird situation because when you watch, man, you know, Lazar's like in the water, you can kind of see him freaking out. And the lifeguard, man, there's a bunch of lifeguards there, and like one's like right there. And it's like,
Yeah, I've seen the video.
yeah, dude, very disturbing. And it's like, it's very weird. I think it was on a decline before that, but I think that really did, did a little bit of a freaking justice on like the decline for sure, man. Just kept on making it go worse and worse.
And then there's that new one, High Rocks.
Yeah. So I follow a guy on Instagram, Andrew Hiller. And I think like he's, yeah, I don't know, man. I have this thought too that he's a big advocate for making that decline in CrossFit for sure, because he calls everybody out on their reps, right? Like, you got these standards that you're held to, and like the open or the CrossFit comps or anything like that. And, you're seeing everyone getting these no reps, and they're like, what's that? Or like, why are you counting that wall ball? You didn't even hit depth on your squat for that wall ball or anything like that. So he's calling all these people out and trying to keep people accountable in the CrossFit community and stuff like that. And I think you're just seeing people kind of getting more being like, this is kind of maybe a joke now, right? Like it's so, yeah, I don't know, man, but it's definitely on a decline for sure. I don't know if it's from that or if it's the fact that, from the death of Lazar, unfortunately, or if it's actually like, you're seeing these athletes, man, perform some pretty unreal tasks, dude. Like, fuck, you got to work hard, man. It's no different than like, an NHL player or like NFL or anything like that, right? Having to like be that top 1%er, man, because these athletes in CrossFit are insane.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I would wonder too because CrossFit, you need so many skills with it versus like a High Rocks. What is it? Is it 10 things you do or 12?
yeah, dude, you run, row, wall ball, lunge. Dude, it might be even 5.
Is that it?
Yeah, because I think you grab a sandbag, you lunge with it, you run, you row, you wall ball, and you burpee jump. So I think there's 5 main things, I believe. But like, yeah, you don't need much in High Rocks. It's more like a marathon kind of thing, right?
A lot easier for entry for people.
Dude, totally,
There's
right?
no Olympic lifts.
No. So it's very standard, very easy to go. There might be something to do with kettlebells. I'm not too sure. But yeah, very easy to kind of get into in that sense of things, right? But CrossFit, man, yeah, like you say, more complex. In the you got to be good at gymnastics. You got to be good at endurance. You got to be good at strength, Olympic lifting, man. You're trained based on all these types of modalities, right? So that's the one thing with CrossFit, man. It's a very complex sport.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, holy
Lots of
shit.
injuries too as people are getting into it. I mean, if you're at a box, that's what they call the gyms, right? If you're at a box and someone isn't actually teaching proper snatch technique, there goes your shoulder.
Totally, man. And that's the one thing like I have a problem with is you're getting a lot of these people that are getting their like so-called what's called level 1 CrossFit, but it's like a person that's been in CrossFit for a week can go get their level 1 and teach CrossFit. It's like, but you've only been like, you've only been in CrossFit for like a week, or you've never Olympic lifted, but yet you can teach someone.
Yeah.
Whereas I know that was a bit of a kind of a, a thing before. I think that was kind of the thing too, is like you're kind of maybe seeing that coming back again, and you're seeing that old CrossFit style come back where people are just kind of, hucking it per se, right? Whereas like, man, I feel like there was a small period there that things were, you're seeing reps being clean, you're seeing not this ego lifting, all that even in competition. For the pros anyways, right? But before, back in the day when it started, I think it started like 08 or some shit like that, right? You're just seeing people just doing anything to get that bar overhead, right? So it was like, oh, cringy, man. But I think when it got popular, you were seeing, you know, something that was somewhat attainable of like everybody to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the clean reps and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope that things are, you know, I do love the sport CrossFit. I do love it. The only unfortunate thing is I can't really do it because I can't squat. You know, it's so squat heavy, right? So, you know, wall balls, everything's pretty much, you got to squat, right? So,
Burpee up and down.
dude, everything, right? So, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think that's why you might be seeing CrossFit on a decline, dude. It's really, really, I don't know, man, why it's on a decline as much as it is, but those are my thoughts.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of the athletes transferring over into High Rocks, right?
Yeah, man. You're seeing, lots of people, man. I know Claire Toomey jumped over for a bit. I know you've seen Ricky Gerard from Australia. He actually jumped in for just to kind of like show. But man, what you're seeing though is these CrossFit athletes are dominating the High Rocks department, man, because it's just like they're such good shape.
Oh yeah, their cardio is
Oh,
insane.
dude, it's insane, dude. Like absolutely wild, man. So, yeah, dude, it is. Yeah, that High Rocks. I've always kind of wondered. I'm just not an endurance guy. That's my problem, right? So, like, that was one thing, man, I found when I was like, so I excelled at a lot of like couplets or
What's a couplet?
So, couplet would be like, so if you're doing 2 movements in a workout, right? So, that's kind of what you would see as a couplet, or like, you know, one of my favorite workouts was called Holy Man. So, Holy Man was 5 wall balls, 3 handstand push-ups, and then 1 clean at 225, 30 rounds for time. You had a time cap of 30 minutes, but that was my favorite because the thing is, man, my heart rate, dude, I don't know what it is, but I could be jacked up to 180, but still clean 225. But I think it's because it's like I was getting enough rest and in between each movement that it wasn't too much to burn my muscles out. But when I had something that was high rep scheme, I definitely was not that great. But if it was short rep scheme, the movements were very fast paced, then I was able to like excel at it. And I think because I think my top time for that Holy Man was like 27 minutes or something like that. So I was like, shit, dude. I'm like, okay, like this is my forte. So because I realized I could lift heavy under a very, very high heart rate.
We got to work on your zone 2.
Dude, I guess.
Build your engine.
Dude, right? That was my, dude. Zone 2 is just like, holy crap, that's bad. Yeah, so.
You can do that on the rower. You can do it on like a skier or something that we're not having to bend your knee too much then.
Totally, yeah.
I guess in a
rower,
row, yeah.
I'm trying to think of a rower, actually, if I can get away with it. Because I know biking... I know if I go for like a pedal bike ride, like it hurts because that pressure, because my knee goes over the toe. Rowing might be okay. I might just favor my left leg more.
Yeah.
Ski erg, obviously, I could do. I can run. Like I can definitely run still with my knee being the way it is, or my ID band. So, yeah.
Do you see yourself getting a little more back into fitness? You're talking about you had some weight gain before, and
yeah, so I'm definitely like focusing more heavily on that, man. I'm trying to get my diet right again. You know, not that my diet was bad before, but I think I ran a caloric deficit for far too long that my body was like, "What are you doing?" and started holding on to everything, right? And then obviously with all the issues with my hormones, and cortisol and shit, dude, just shot me, man. Because I'm running about 233 right now. I've lost about 3 pounds, so I'm staying at about a consistent 230. It'd be nice to get down to about a 220, I think, again. I think I would just feel better at
what about like a 205?
Man, I think I'd be freaking lean at 205.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to see if I could get down to 205.
You want to see if you can?
Right?
You want to put some money on it?
Put some money
Me
on.
versus you?
Oh, man, what are you weighing in it right now?
I'm 228.
228? Okay, so we're sitting at like the same thing.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, 25 pounds? Jesus.
Yeah.
Might be able to freaking get down to something
What
like
are
that.
we, June 9th today?
June 9th.
We could do like 2 pounds a week. You think you could do that?
Fuck,
You're pretty active. You're probably more active than me.
So that's the one thing, man, that I can't figure out. Like, I'm so active, I'm so go, but yet I can't lose the weight. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. So I don't know if, like I say, if I'm not eating enough, but that's what I've been noticing. I've been like kind of trying to eat a little bit more now. Yeah. That I've been able to actually kind of think that's why I've lost those 3 pounds.
Are you tracking your macros right now?
No, that's one thing I don't definitely do, and I know I should be.
Yeah.
And then that's the one thing, dude, I run into. It's like, shit, dude, I just worked a 20-hour day.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, shit. I mean, they're just excuses though, right? But I'm like, so then I'll run into the fact that like, okay, well, I ran out of all my food. And now I'm out eating freaking like pita land or some shit, right? So that's where I think I go backwards. But I mean, dude, I would definitely like to see, you know, we could probably do something to see where we could get at, like, you know.
So June, July. What do you think? What do you think you could do by September 1st?
September 1st? Yeah, I think with the way things are going,
11 weeks.
Yeah, I think with way things are going right now, and with me being able to, you know, not work all these crazy hours because I'm actually able to have a more balanced per se schedule, I think I might be able to, you know, start focusing on that and getting it down. So we could definitely try something like that. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Then we can freaking, you know, come back on here and see kind of how things went.
See
man.
where it went?
Yeah, dude. I think that'd be kind of cool to do.
I always work better when there's competition, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose.
Yeah.
And then even if I lose, I still win.
Well,
right?
that's just it, dude. Especially in a situation like this, right? 100%. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely think we should, do something like that. See where we can get to. Come back and freaking, you know, talk about the process of what it actually, what barriers did we run into?
I mean, even if we did 1.5 pounds a week, that'd be 215.
Yeah, like I think that's I think that's doable, man, for sure. Because I'm like trying to think, 25 pounds, dude. I'm like, it's a lot of weight to lose. I mean, granted, you know, 5-ish, 10-ish pounds, maybe water, but I mean, still, right? Like, you definitely could do something like that.
We could get to like 215 and be like, oh, this is my happy place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
205 might be pushing it much, but
well, let's just go step on stage then, right?
I'd probably have to be like 195 to get on there.
Dude, when I did my first show, man, I can't remember what I started. I think I've started at like 185, 190. Dude, I got down to 153 pounds, dude.
Jeez.
Man, I was dick skin, dude.
I remember seeing pictures.
Man, fuck was I lean, dude.
I mean, you've done it before. You
That's just it, man. It's doable for sure, and it's just like tilapia for breakfast and shit, dude. Like that's what I was doing, man. Tilapia for breakfast, man. I just mashed it up like I did scrambled eggs, dude. That's what I was eating, man.
I hate tilapia.
Oh, dude, I think it was like that in Montreal steak spice all the time.
Yeah.
That's all I freaking.
Hot sauce.
Yeah, hot sauce.
Yeah. So like you
Sriracha.
smelled salt and vinegar when you came in. I was like, no, that's the French, dude.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Like dude. Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. Like that was something kind of something to realize that I'm like I didn't realize I had that discipline. Right? Like that took a lot of discipline, dude. Like
well, clearly with how hard you work and you've got 2 businesses on the go to make that happen and then not have the sleep. You could just phone it in one day, but you don't. That's discipline right there.
That's just it, man. 100%. And I think that's where I've like, you know, when that discipline from bodybuilding, I've transferred it now to the businesses. And then that's where like, I think reasons why we've been able to get to where we're at now today. Right. So yeah, man, it's pretty wild.
Say do it. What do we do? $100 to other guys' charity of choice.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
And what do you want to do? See who can healthily get the.
I think so, man.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do. We'll go home tonight. We should take a picture.
Yeah.
And we'll just do comparing yourself in the future to how you are now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because maybe it's 210 or maybe it's 215 or 205 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because it's quite hard to. Because I mean, I could lose 12 pounds in a night sitting in the fucking sauna.
True enough, man.
Right?
And well, I guess muscle too. We don't want to, we don't want to be digging into our muscle tissue too much as well. But yeah, man. I mean, when we can get freaking Adrian to be like, hey, who looks better?
Okay.
Dude, I love that.
All right. What's the date? September 1st?
Let's do September 1st. Yeah. I mean, what would I guess I can pull up a calendar here. Because the calendar,
it'd be 83 days from now.
Yeah, so September 1st. Oh, dude, that's a Monday. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
Fuck yeah, man. Is it Monday? Oh, it's Monday today.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's perfect. That's perfect, dude. Yeah, I like it.
All right.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's sweet, man.
I'm in. This is going to be sick.
Yeah, I think that'll be good, man. It kind of keeps me accountable for sure, dude.
It helps to have that little bit extra. Right?
That's just it, man. Yeah, it'll help me a lot, that's for sure, to kind of drive for something.
Yeah. That's why people are so much more likely to go to like a Pilates class or yoga or something is other people are holding them accountable. They don't want to let other people down. They don't want to
True.
let the tribe down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. Yeah, because that's the one thing I feel like I'd be able to run better at, like losing, like that's one thing I've been trying to do is lose weight because I know I'm gonna have more energy. I'm gonna feel
sure.
better too, right? That's like one thing, man, I've really wanted to do, and the reason why I haven't started is because I know, like, this sounds bad. I just know I'm gonna fail at it because of like sometimes I gotta work 20 hours straight. Is that 75 hard? Because like when I, like you have a day to do the shit, right? What is it? 2 workouts, indoor, outdoor.
It's a 45-minute workout indoor,
Yeah.
45-minute workout outdoor. They have to be at least 3 hours apart.
Yes.
Got to read 10 pages of a real
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
Of nonfiction. You have to eat a clean diet, no cheat meals, and you got to drink a gallon of water.
Yeah. So and that's and a progress photo every day.
Oh, progress photo every day,
That's
yeah.
right. But that's just it, man. I'm like, okay, like I want to do it, but I got 20 hours. If I'm working 20 hours straight, I'm like, dude, I can't do the workouts
No.
because you gotta have three hours apart. So that's the reason why I'm kind of pumped on with doing the, now that I can kind of take a step back and have the guys work, I can now get into a spot where I can maybe start doing that. Because I've always wanted to do it because I'm like, I look up to Andy Frisella, right? He's like kind of like the guy I really freaking look up to. And what's pretty crazy about him, man, he started the way he got his supplement shop was he started painting lines on a parking lot. Dude, I was like, when I came across that podcast, I'm like, no shit, dude. I'm like, mine was kind of roles reversed, but started with the supplement shop, then started painting lines on parking lots. But yeah, man, he was like painting lines on a parking lot to supplement shop. And then I don't know like how much you know about his background, man, but again, sacrifice, dude. It's like the shit he's been through, man, and what he's done to get to where he is now. I'm like, yeah, man, it's so cool.
A lot of sacrifice.
But he got into like 300 pounds, dude.
Yeah.
And he realized,
Listen
he's
to
like,
him.
what the fuck am I doing? And that's like why he came up with that 75 hard and shit.
What was your heaviest? A bad weight.
233.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, man. I've never been heavier.
Yeah. What are you, 6 foot?
6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, depending, it's weird, man, because I got called 6 foot and then I was like 5'11" and a quarter or some shit like that. I don't know how they messed that up. Like, that was because of my 2 bodybuilding shows.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I'm like, that's weird. But yeah, so pretty much 6 foot, 233, 230 this morning. And hopefully 215-ish or so, right?
Better, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my heaviest was 255.
255. Yeah.
We were on vacation in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
And in the sand, in the waves, jumping around, covered in sand. There's like an outdoor shower, and I'm showering, and Janelle's filming me. And then I saw the video and got back home, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, that what I look like? It was like, slap the side and ride the wave in, man. It was like a bag of milk hanging down.
Dude, yeah, man. Like I have a photo. I'm wondering actually, maybe I was heavier than 233, dude. I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever exceeded 240. That's for sure. Maybe like 235, 236, something. Yeah, like about 235, 236, I think actually. Yeah, 235 sounds about right. I know I never exceeded 240, but I have a photo in my phone and I always keep it there. I'm like, I can't let myself get back to that.
Yeah, I'll show you after.
Yeah, man.
People are like, you're sticking your gut out. I'm like,
No.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Like me even like kind of right now, right? Like it's like, and I don't know how much it has to play from like surgery and stuff like that because I'm holding just on the lower end, right? So I don't know if that has anything to do with like surgery and stuff like that and from like the abdomen wall having a hole in it. I don't know, but we're gonna lose it here by September 1st.
Here you go. Yeah. I got see that one there.
Yeah.
And then I got the scar there.
And that's from the accident, right?
That's when I was 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucked me up.
That's gnarly, dude.
So it's 21 years.
Yeah.
No, it was 20 years in
20
March.
years. Dude, that's crazy, man.
So I know all about the abdomen getting all fucked up.
Yeah, dude. And that's 10 times worse than freaking what I went through.
But you still went through something and you're having still some adverse effects from
course,
it. And
man.
hopefully we can help each other dial in.
Yeah, we will, man, for sure. I love it, dude. So
I guess we'll have to have you come back in September then. We'll see
yeah,
where
man.
we're at.
Even if freaking halfway through, man, we can even do a check. I love doing this
check-up
shit.
one.
I like doing this, man. This is
Yeah.
super cool, dude.
This is great to have you on, man.
Yeah, man.
How can people find you? You got Instagram? What's all
Yeah,
that?
so I got a few different Instagrams. So myself, it's just Jake Young 00. Obviously, I got the Fuel Kamloops one as well. It's just Fuel Kamloops, and then Syndicate Contracting as well. So Syndicate_Contracting. So those are my two businesses. Both growing, continuing to grow, man. We're gonna keep pushing. And maybe by the next time I'm on, man, I'll be able to kind of talk about that other thing we got going on too.
Yeah, and I know we only scratched the surface today, so I'd love to have you back.
Yeah, man.
I had some questions I wanted to ask, and they just never came up. So,
well, man,
yeah.
there's always another time, man.
There will
It
be
ain't
another
going
time.
anywhere, right? So
yeah, wicked, man. Well, thank you so much.
thank you.
This is awesome.
Appreciate it, buddy.
There you go.
Cheers.